sleeping or changing diapers.
Oh,
That's
sleeping.
fine.
Right. Nothing
Yes,
real there.
Nothing real there.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is Fury's Reach, the map to ruin, held by Ivan, brought to you by D&D and Maze Arcana. We are going to go down the line here and let our pretty people introduce themselves to you pretty people. Last time I think we started with Mylene. No, we started with
No,
We
we
start
started
with
with
Grant.
Did we start with me?
I don't know.
No, you
Everybody
started
had the
with me.
story.
Start with my Lynn.
Yeah, so let's start on this side and
Okay.
swing across the other way.
Grant Imahara, formerly of Mythbusters. And today I am playing Murdoch Kodrum, swashbuckler, aspiring pirate to be.
Very upfront.
Yes.
I'm Sig Neutron. You might know me from Face Off, Season 7 and 11. And I am playing the tiny, angry frogman known as Lapad. He has poisonous skin, which
I
I
learned very
discovered.
quickly.
yes, do love that.
In the last episode, I was either hopping or shaking off leaves. I am Ivan. I play board games on the internet across the grand wide world of Los Angeles. And yeah, I was on a little TV show, as long as we're talking about reality shows, back in the day called King of the Nerds. And that was a fun thing. And yeah, cool. Nice to meet you all. I like games.
Hey guys, I'm Mylene Sarley. I play Jakeen. I'm an actress and host and a full-time Twitch streamer. You can find me at twitch.tv/thegamerchick. I've been on Attack of the Show, How I Met Your Mother, The Guild, and most recently Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I should have prefaced that a little bit better. It's like, let's just say hi and
You
our
should have
characters.
prefaced it.
It's my
This
fault.
is something we're used to doing. If you say introduce each other, we go into
Yeah.
information with each other.
Yeah,
Muscle memory.
It's
No
not.
worries. No worries. It's a recap.
So tell us where the people can find you.
So you got, you said who you're playing, you said who you're playing. I think Ivan is the one that fucked it up.
Johann
that
Wahilde,
word.
famous romance novelist turned jungle traveler in the midst of the grand world of Chult.
And who are you, Mylene?
I said I was Jakeen.
Oh, okay. I missed that behind all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Or in front of it, or whichever
She
way.
did.
Oh,
She
can I-
did.
can I
She
The
said
first
it.
thing I said, I'm Mylene and I'm playing Jakeen.
Can I
You
can I
find me
mention
this
one of my book
Lapad.
titles? Because I did that last time, and I want to give you another book title of something I wrote. Rose Ambrose and the Raiders of Waterdeep.
Reef. Your sister's name is Reef.
Reef Ambrose. Fuck, that's right.
Well,
changed
that's why
this.
we can't find her.
Yeah.
Reef Ambrose.
Reef.
Samsonite. God.
Samsonite.
And like everybody here's laughing, nobody in the chat room.
No,
They're all like, what is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, I guess that's me. Hi, I'm Rudy, and I'm your dungeon master. Won't you be my dungeon master? We are going to do another little romp through Chult, picking up with where we left off. Where, let's see. Grant, would you do us the honors of reliving the last adventure, kind of giving us a little insight over how things went?
So the thing that we are all after at this very moment, the moments preceding where we are now, is the map. The map, which is the most important thing in this campaign, which left Johann's possession, stolen by a creature that we all chased through the brush, hurling our various weapons at the creature, not phasing it until finally we realize that we have been led into a dead end. And the creature has been revealed to be several tiny creatures. And at this very moment, more tiny creatures are emerging from the rocks above the dead end in which we find ourselves. So now it's up to us to figure out what to do next.
Well, we took the map from them, and then I put a piece of fruit on their hands while they were stunned. They're hypnotized.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're not going to notice.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see. I believe I have one round left of hypnotic pattern still applying to these creatures. So, if you don't mind me saying.
Not yet. But the one thing that we do need to do is roll that beautiful intro.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet intro.
Man, do we get to see?
I don't know how long I can keep my face like this if you don't do it soon. Wait for it. You guys are really good actors.
Nice intro.
Really good
That's
actors.
sweet.
I saw it.
You guys haven't seen the full version now. Ivan's kind of. It was kind of broken.
Yeah,
So I
when you
can
were
see it from here because I can see the monitor.
Oh, you're a cheater.
when you were cursing, you were cursing at the computer as
She's
you were
smarter
rendering.
than
Yes.
the average man.
Also, I've been watching it right here. So.
Hey, boo-boo.
Picnic
Well, I
monitor.
hope that everybody enjoyed that. It was the wonderful work of all those people you saw in the credits.
Yay.
Let's see. So we've got you guys trapped up over here, figuring out what to do about these little creatures that you've plucked off the bottom of the map and put nicely arranged around some fruit. What do you intend to do about the ones?
I put it in their hands, so they're holding it like they're holding the map.
Right, right. And what do you intend to do about the ones that you're? I think last time you guys were talking about backing away.
Yeah, I think we just slowly back away, not
Yeah, like
freaking out.
like
and be
T-Rex style, not a lot of movement, and just. Here, let's do it together.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. I'm slowly folding the map and putting it back into my bag.
I'm gonna hold anything that's clinky. And just
Dual
not holding
wielding
I'm not holding
swords,
anything clinky,
just-
so I am clinking.
Clinkless.
Just
Bottles and oil.
be casual.
yeah, everybody just be cool.
So
Because I beefed it
You're
and I like flew
still a
off
little
a
bit, I
mountain or
think, behind
something.
us.
I think
Yeah.
you were behind us. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you fell down the cliff.
Yeah.
all right,
You were in the
but you're
ravine.
just like you're just off a little ways here. I've got some nice foliage.
La
Can you?
Papa's
And is
here.
this guy running?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We see.
So everybody else is like basically up here. We'll just put you right here, and we'll use this as the dense grass. Everybody can use their imaginations because it's D&D.
Imagination. Yeah, I'm grabbing that map, slowly walking. Now, nobody make a move. Just. I think we got what we came for. Let's just leave the little tiny dangly thingies.
Forest
Spirits. Yes.
Spirits.
Let's leave them alone.
All right. So as you guys start to back up, some of the foliage around you starts to do this little like shimmy. You can hear the leaves crinkle to the left and the right around you, and your vision darts over to them really fast.
I turn over to the left and go, clever girl. Sorry, that was terrible.
I think we should just turn around.
I feel like everybody
so
should berate him first.
Can
for
I
that,
do
but-
a perception check?
For what?
Well, whatever the rustling is, because if I'm over off to the side, they're kind of.
You also have a
Grouped up, right?
nature skill.
So back to the basics of this. If you guys want to do something, tell me what it is. I will tell you if there is a relevant check, or if you just get the thing, or whatever it is. If you tell me if you can have a perception check, that means I have to create something terrible for you to have a result for.
Oh, I see. Well, okay, so I'm off to the side. I'm not with them, right?
You're just a little ways. It's
Okay.
not far.
Well, I'm just going to sit there and watch this.
Chiquine. Yes. They're to the left and to the right. I think there's more around us.
Yes. I think we should just turn around and walk quietly and keep an eye on the sides.
Okay.
You guys are fantastic. Slightly louder.
Okay.
Because of the mics, yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. We're gonna turn around and we're just gonna very slowly keep proceeding back
Get
to
ready
where
to
we were
run.
going.
Get ready to run.
I've got
All right,
a very
and I
bad
turn and run.
feeling about this.
So you guys all start to like kind of turn around. You see the shaking around. You're like, okay, maybe if we just pretend. And you turn and you start to like tiptoe out of the way, and the like the wave being performed at the stadium, they start to and all the little foliage around in front of you starts to shake back and forth and like really like. And then out of the, do you have some? Okay. And then out of the little kind of like, into a little tiny clearing here, you see the group that you had placed the original, the fruit on, walk out, lower the fruit in front of you, and one of them just kind of leans against it.
You're a jerk.
Another one crawls up on top of it and like does like one of these things.
Hello. How are you doing today?
Twinga, 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 Twinga. You just hear Twinga start echoing back and forth through. If you were to turn around, you would
There's
notice
a nature
that
guy.
the
What
rock
am
over
I
there
saying?
So,
is now
What
a
does
normal rock.
Twinga mean?
well, as that's going on, I'm going to like kind of climb up a tree and just like kind of sit in it and watch.
Okay.
What language is the language?
Twinga. You
Well, I understand primordial languages, so.
you're fine right now. You guys all hear the word Twinga over and over and over again.
Twinga.
So what tree is it that you're trying to climb up here?
Okay. Well, I mean, is there a tree near me that I can climb up?
There's a
Here?
big one.
That's well, you know.
There you are. You're right down in the
I'm
seat
not
at the
like
bottom
super
right there.
high. I just want to climb up, a little bit, so I'm off the ground, and I just want to watch what's happening.
Okay, so you start to climb up to the side.
Yeah, that one.
See if I can get you to actually stick in here. And you are in awe because you have never seen these things before. I got a frog in a tree.
Yay, that's pretty good.
Lepan, what does Twinga mean? Where are you, Lepan? Oh God, he's gone.
So you
I
climb
don't
up this
know.
tree, and there's like some branches around, and you've never seen any of these things before, so you're kind of looking down on them with this fascination that you've kind of only ever heard rumors from people in town, almost particularly only from, as you recall now, only humans. You kind of brushed it off probably before as a silly human thing, but this is the first time now all those memories are kind of flooding back to you. And in the meantime, one of them you see out of the branch you're sitting on, one of them is just there now, looking up at you.
I don't know. Johan Wielder, I don't know who these things are.
I'm gonna.
Do you know anything about them, though?
Only thing I heard is stories from the humans.
I'm gonna dig around in my satchel a little bit and see if I can find a piece of paper that is comparable to a map, because my dingus ass is trying to just find something that looks like the map that wasn't the fruit.
You're pulling in, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Do I know any, do I remember any specific details, mythologically?
No.
Just, okay.
You reckon? Go ahead.
I take a piece of gold out of my pocket and I'm like,
They kind of like walk over and look at your hand, and they like grab onto your hand, and then they start looking around your hand, like flipping it upside down. The gold hits the ground. They're like just kind of like pulling on it, like like rubbing the thing, like comparing it to their hands. They're just like doing this little stuff like that. One of them like climbs up and like kind of tests it for buoyancy kind of thing.
I start
it's pliable.
slapping the little creatures that are on her hand, like trying to get it off. I'm like, you're leaving it. No, get
So
off
as
it.
you do that, you notice one, the one that you swat at,
Yeah.
just basically like Spider-Man's onto your hand and then starts climbing up and like going.
Get it off me! Get it off me!
I don't think it's gonna hurt you. Don't freak out. There's a bunch of them.
And you notice one is now sitting on your shoulder. And they're just like sitting there, and they kind of have like these like it looks like a mask, but it's not. It's actually their face. So as they have this black mask with all of these white kind of like what would look like white face paint,
Right.
or on the mask anyway,
Face.
right? That will move and like smile and like frown and stuff, but very basic kind of emotional.
Kodama style, where it's
Yeah.
like they kind of morph a little bit. It's like little ink blotch row charts, like kind of
Almost a
ever-changing.
Rorschach, but
Rorschach.
much more simple.
Right.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
I will.
Well,
Are
I-
we still
up
moving?
my-
Are we still backing away carefully?
I'm gonna pick my gold piece back up and be like, I don't know if they want anything, guys. I think they're just curious about us.
The three that were with the fruit, that were still with the fruit, roll it back over to you and leave it at your heels or at your feet, and are just like,
I see. I'll pick up the fruit and toss it like a ball, like a
maybe
distraction.
step in it.
I'll toss it over their heads.
and three of them go.
I don't think they're stupid, you guys. I think they're just curious.
Well, they could be curious on someone else other than me. I have managed to keep my composure, but I would like them to be off me now. I'm going to keep. We're all still backing away. We're still definitely trying to make distance away
Trying
from
to
this.
get out of that dead end.
I'm just like,
Out of that dead.
we need Tringa.
Tringa. Tringa.
Tringa?
What are you doing?
Like the map?
Oh.
Tringa?
Oh,
Oh.
no, that's in my satchel. There's
No,
no way.
I'm not pulling it out. I'm just like trying to motion them.
Tringa.
Is Tringa?
Tringa. Then you see one of them come up and rush up to the one that seems to have like the most kind of decorative facial mask, and he like runs up and he's kind of out of breath if they look like they breathe, but it kind of just looks like a reverse stick figure running across the foliage. So this like the plants back and forth are like whoosh, 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 and just this one little trail of it coming up, weaving forward until he stops next to the one and it's like Tringa, 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 Tringa. To the other one he goes, Tringa, Tringa.
I think they want us to follow them. And then I like lean forward and I'm
So as you lean forward, he goes,
Okay.
and you can hear like this slight whispering that sounds as though maybe there is a melodic spell portion to it. Like you can start to feel some amount of like magic tingling in the air. You don't have any magical qualities. What's your Arcana skill? Just
Zero.
Okay. And
I've
Lepad?
got tons.
Zero.
Zero.
We got to take magic if I want to pop
Sure.
it, or Arcana.
So, what is your Arcana? Just flat skill?
Proficiency, or flat is
Yeah.
3.
So your proficiency,
Be plus 3.
the whole thing. Okay. And then what about for you?
plus one.
Okay. So you guys can sense that there's some magic, like in the air, but like innately, you're just like, It sounds like some sort of like maybe an alteration or divination kind of spell, something that's going to. Typically, you are not particularly worried that it's going to be harmful or offensive. So it just kind of sounds like they're doing this, and then at the moment. It's rubbing against my tires.
Yeah,
Teats.
Your tires, your
It looks like
teats.
teats with a Z. Thank you. I thought I rubbed my hand on it, but.
Me, and sooner.
Oh, mute him.
Sorry.
Zappa. He's muted. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So as he continues to do this little thing, he stops and he goes, Trenga.
Tranga.
I think she means like magic, like there's like a magic to the forest.
Well, and one of the little ones that ran over to this way did the big. Is there like a creature coming?
I feel like it's like they sense like maybe like a disturbance,
Oh.
and maybe that's
Something that's not us.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
John Wielder, I think there's something not good in the forest.
Thank you, Lepan. Well.
You're welcome, John Wielder.
We have to still get back to the harbor. So, if we go with these little creatures, then we're probably just going farther away from our harbor.
I don't know if they were trying to get us to go with them. I think they were just trying to warn us.
Well, then why'd they take the map? They could just come and go Trenga to us.
No, I don't know. Maybe who knows?
Johan Wielder, have
Yes,
you asked them
Lepan.
to look at the map? Maybe they know things.
I actually don't even really care what's on the map. I'm looking at it, but I'm opening it up and I just hold it up to them very tightly in my arms.
Okay. Do you know what else we should do? We should make a copy of the map.
Oh, well,
Like maybe let's tear out a piece of one of your books, and on the back of it, on the page, we should make a copy of the map so there too.
Well,
in case anything happens to this one.
that's all well and good, but I can't make a copy of the map right now, my dear.
So as you guys are talking, you just see all of the Chwinga that were in front of the map where you held it go.
I look behind us.
And then one of them just touches Portney and Zaru
Yeah.
and points to the northwest.
I think they're trying to help us.
Oh, so we're in the northwest. Well, isn't that dainty and
Fantastic.
pleasant? And they would know.
I say we go that way.
All right, fold
Yeah.
it back up. Now, which way's northwest?
The direction they pointed.
They pointed on the map. They didn't point.
I
to
know
the
which way
northwest.
is northwest.
Lepan, which way is northwest?
That way.
Didn't you say that they pointed in the not on the map, but then they pointed also to the northwest?
They pointed on the map.
I would say that they probably tapped on the map and then pointed in a direction.
in the direction. So
Yeah.
I want to follow the direction that I was like, yeah, we should follow.
Northwest that way.
I would know, right? 'Cause I'm
Yeah, you
really
know,
good at
you already
yeah.
know where you're headed.
Yeah. So.
Well, great. Wasn't
if,
this?
is it the direction that he's pointing
Yeah.
currently? Yes, Johan Wielder.
I fold the map together and I put it back in my bag. Ah, well, isn't this just a dandy waste of a day? Excellent. Trenga, Trenga, Trenga. Let's go, Trenga.
And I'm
Start
just
walking
like,
forward.
and I'm just like, I'm like Chinga, and I down my head and like to like be like, thank you.
Yes, good, good.
I
good.
wave
Trenga, Trenga, Trenga.
graciously to them, and
Two completely foreign, misbegotten races I've met today, and not a single cup of tea in sight.
They did help us.
Yeah, well, yes, after making us chase them for like 2.5 miles. I'm sorry, I'm just really annoyed, and there's a lot going on.
So we start making our way towards the port.
So as
And
you
I'll
start
follow
to
along in the trees.
Huh?
I'll follow along
jumping
in the
from
trees.
tree to
Yeah.
tree.
okay, hopping from tree to tree on the peripheral. Okay. So as you
The
do,
most rare encounter with the most rare species on the planet, and Johan doesn't give a crap. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, I feel like you probably at some point would have notched that down somewhere, or made a sketch maybe later tonight, or I don't know. But
I'll make a sketch later tonight. They're very interesting, but they also took my map. So. Okay, now we're running.
I told you, John.
Well, do you see it?
Right.
Don't just say it. Look at it. Do something.
I did tell you, John Wielder. I'm in the tree. You are on the ground.
Go, go,
Can
go,
we
go,
see
go.
that?
Oh, I see that.
They
Oh.
were warning us.
is
Well,
that
why
the
did they lure
direction?
us straight towards where the thing
Is
is?
that the direction we're trying to go currently?
Oh yeah. Is
No,
that?
you guys are probably headed this way.
Oh,
Okay.
then we run the
I
opposite
think
direction.
dashing is in order. What do
Yes.
you think?
You guys want to try and outrun a T-Rex?
No, I want to.
Do you want to try and fight a T-Rex? Is the more important question.
Oh, well, I'm not qualified for this.
So have we gotten very far from the little creatures?
You guys turned around and started to like move away from them, and when you turned back around to look, there was
They're
none.
gone.
They were gone.
Of course they're gone.
When you started walking off, it was almost as if like nothing. And you're probably the only one of your race to have seen them in general. But when you do, and you like move through the bushes first before the T-Rex comes out. While you're moving across some of that area, you notice that like the sound around you seems to have dampened. As in like maybe he stubs his shin on a rock, or he's being clumsy in some of the bushes, and it doesn't really make the kind of noise that you would expect it to. Even when they start complaining about it, they seem muffled.
Okay.
I think maybe this area is protected by magic, and then maybe the dinosaur can't hear us. So maybe if we climb into a tree, it'll just go away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
If he
sounds
can't
fine.
see us, because he can't hear us.
That's what I'm doing, Chahan Wheeler. I'm in the tree.
Shut up! All right, I climb up to where Lapan is and look up to him and like hold my arm. Now I just shrink against the base of a tree.
I climb up into like the tree next to their tree so that we're not all in the same tree.
I climb into a different tree.
All right, well, apparently nobody remembers Jurassic Park.
They sense movement, don't they?
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna hide in the porta potty.
They do, and you guys all smell like the forest from the last few days of being in the jungle there.
Okay.
I'm sorry that all of our fantasy characters didn't watch
But
Jurassic
they
Park.
have really poor sight and not great hearing, if I remember correctly.
Hearing is probably
It's
iffy.
like, okay,
But-
but like, they mainly rely on their sense of smell
I
and
should have asked how tall he
sound.
was.
Movement.
Yeah, I mean, definitely can hear, around the area. They don't have the type of ears that we do, I think, but
Can't remember.
so as you guys are like climbing up into the tree, you're like on your way up some of it, and you feel the ground and the trees shaking around you as it nears, and it just stops, and you can hear the of its breath curling through like its esophagus, and
I stop moving and pull my cloak and stuff around me while holding onto the tree and try and like make myself as small as possible.
so you've got like one arm around the tree, and you just okay, so its head tilts towards you as you make some noise and make some movement. Everybody give me, except so you don't have to give me the athletic check, but you do have to give me stealth, and everybody else can
I'm
give
not
me
in a tree, by the way.
one or the other. Where are you at?
I'm hidden at the base of a trunk.
Yes, that's right. You slid down, put that down. So that's gonna be just gonna be stealth for you.
Just hanging out.
Stealth is a 2 + 9, 11.
I have 21.
17.
On which thing, athletics or stealth?
Stealth. Did I give you both?
Yeah, I need one. I need both of them.
Oh, sorry.
A solid. Oh, here, wait for her.
Oh, and then I critted on my athletics.
Okay. So I'm gonna say the athletics one was like you still trying to hold on to the tree while you were climbing up, so you are able to do that while getting your cloak around you. And what was your stealth check?
17.
17. And what'd you get?
An 8.
An 8. So you start whimpering.
It's very on brand for Johan.
Yeah. You got a 14. No, an 18. 17. You had gotten an 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see it start to head towards, like its head kind of curves around,
No.
looking at you for a second until the whimpering from inside the stall curves its head back towards Johan. And it turns its head just as it gets in closer to see if it can actually hear this whimpering, because Johan's trying to be as still as possible. And it does.
I quickly grab one of the fake gems off the collar and rip it off and toss it across on the opposite direction into the trees.
Okay. So you give me a. You're gonna give me an athletics check to try and hold on to the tree while you're doing this. You're gonna give me a. Are you? Do you mind being seen right now as you do this?
By the T-Rex?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to see me. I'm trying to trick it.
Sure, but you're making a very rapid movement as well. So.
Yeah, but how skinny is the tree? Like, if I'm holding onto the trunk of the tree and I'm not touching the branches, like, you know, I'm not really shaking the tree.
No, I'm not. It's not about shaking the tree. It's about whether or not.
And
It's
he's
about
the-
on the throw.
Flailing
Like-
your arms.
Yeah, flailing. Like, how much movement are you making right next to this T-Rex?
I can get pretty far with, like, one of these.
Okay, so then for the
The object's
throw,
heavy enough.
it's going to be a percentile. It's going to be percentile dice, but at disadvantage because you can either take the stealth roll. You can either do a stealth roll at advantage, or both of them flat.
So,
So you get the stealth roll at advantage and the throw at disadvantage, or you can have both of them flat. Okay.
so a stealth roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
23.
Okay.
And what's the other percentage for the other?
Yeah. So 2d10.
I think I have a percentile dice. Nope, it's missing. 68.
Okay. So you're able to launch this thing 68 feet away, which gets it just outside of the, it hears the rustle of the thing and it kind of sees it fly off. If it wasn't for the fact that this was actually a gem and caught some sunlight, it would probably just think it's a bird and not care. But it did see, and it goes, and it takes a couple of steps away from you guys. Anybody want to take an op attack?
Versus a T-Rex.
How close am I right now?
Oh, you guys
Can't
are
be
all
that
pretty much in. You guys are all threatening.
I don't think we can.
Is he
distance.
facing me or is he facing away?
He's walking away. That's why you get the opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out of the tree and I'm gonna try to just grab his eyeballs from the back of his
You're
head.
not going to do poke
From the
his
back
eyeball?
of his head.
It's not- no, I'm just gonna grab his eyes with my poisonous fingers. I'm gonna poison his eyeballs.
Okay.
I'm not bad. That's what I do.
Okay. So, oh my God, this could be amazing. I really hope you roll well.
I know I do too.
I'm gonna let you get the jump just fine because you're a frog. The grapple is going to require a roll, and then I'm going to need a an attack, just like a straight up attack, to see if we actually get the eye.
Okay. So
All right.
what do you need first?
So the grapple is going to be contested. You're going to give me that plus your athletics. Just roll it and then give me
Roll the-
your athletics.
Roll a d20 plus athletics. Okay. Come on now, don't let me down. That's a 20 right
Okay.
there. Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah, natural 20.
Credit!
Okay, so you stop, you pull off the piece of your shirt, and you launch it, and it causes it to go. And it goes to take a step away, and you just hear, you're like, and you hear, Libad! And you do this little
With
frog
my
like a
one hand,
flying
I threw it.
squirrel.
I'm like,
Yeah, waste of a gem. With like a flying squirrel, just like all arms out. He leaps from where he was, crests, like hits the high point, the apex of the jump, right above the T-Rex, and skids across the back part of the head, landing just above, just above the nose.
Yeah.
You can hear it snort as you reach down to grab onto its eyeballs. Give me an attack roll.
That is which one?
I'm going to let you do it with dexterity as a modifier, and I'm going to say you're proficient with your hands.
But which dice do I roll?
It's a
for that?
D20.
D20.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
attack.
All right. Well, don't let
Proficient
me
with your hands to
down
get
now.
that proficiency
Come on, here we
bonus
go.
plus
Come on,
attack.
Going for the eyes. Bad. 15 plus.
Your strength's -1. So,
Plus
It's-
Dexterity.
he can use dexterity, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So plus 6 for dexterity. Plus
Yeah.
proficient.
21.
Well, it's actually plus 3, because that's the modifier, and then
Oh, I see.
proficiency, because you're proficient with your hands. So that's 6 plus 15 would be 21.
Yes.
Not bad.
So you leap off the tree, land on the back of its head, skid down. The sliminess of your normally the coil, like the scales that it has, would probably protect it from your poison. However, direct contact with mucosous membrane, right on the eyeballs, is you just like you do the squirrel and then you go. You hear it just bellow in anger. Starts swinging around, but it can't walk anywhere. Every time it goes to move closer to something, it jumps. And it takes a little leap. And so now you've got this, like, you guys are like, give me a strength check, or an athletics check.
Athletics
You
check.
give me another athletics check. And you give me a dexterity saving throw.
9 plus 3, 12.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
10.
Great. So, you barely dodge out of the way of a coconut falling from the tree.
Of course.
You hold on as it starts to sway.
I'd like to actually shift down and get myself situated onto a branch so that I can draw my crossbow.
Okay, I'm going to say that you're able to do that with your roll. And you... and fly off to the back, landing down on the ground, taking only 3 damage.
Copy that. 3 damage. Okay.
And you are not going to have to make any type of roll right now because you were just dino wrangling the heck out of this thing. As it flails about, enraged and leaping, just from one thing to the next. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to take my crossbow out and shoot at it.
Okay.
I'm going to give her an inspiration dice. Bardic inspiration.
Okay. Anything else?
If I that's my bonus action, so I'll also just to get into it. Do I have a hand crossbow or a heavy crossbow? It says both on my character.
It does. It would
Yes.
likely be a hand crossbow.
Okay.
I imagine you would carry probably the equivalent to like one of the little purse guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look at it, and then I look at the T-Rex, and I put it back in my pocket, is what I do. And then I viciously mock it.
Okay.
Is Bardic +2 to all my rolls?
No. You're thinking about the gauntlet game. Bardic Inspiration is his. You get to roll an extra die, which is yours a D6 or a D8.
D8.
So you get to roll a D8 in addition to for attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, I believe.
Yes.
Is that for yours as
This
the
can be
Lord of Art?
it can be done after seeing the D20 roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Right.
It's only one time, right?
Yes.
Right.
And you can use it for whatever you want.
Up to
So,
10 minutes.
Cool.
Essentially, I'm going to look at her, and she's going to remind me of a character from a book, and I'm going to, while she's fighting, I'm going to write down in my book something interesting about what's going on.
That'll take your action.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah, I think that,
Yeah.
at least for now. What do you want to do?
I am on the ground, yes. How close am I to the T-Rex?
At this point, I'm going to say you're only about 15 or 20 feet away from it.
Okay. I'm going to ready both scimitars for two-handed combat,
Okay?
and I will aim for the legs.
Okay. It'll take you about. It takes half your movement to stand up, but you will need. But you can move close enough to it and attack its legs if you do so choose.
I can, yes. I do have a bonus action, thanks to cunning action. I can.
You could dash further if you wanted to. You haven't used your action yet.
Okay.
Part of, I believe that you actually have the dual wielder feat, which means that you
Yes.
can draw both scimitars at the same time
Yes.
as just your free action. So you still have your attack and your actions as
Okay.
well.
So I will move in to attacking range.
All right. So, what's up?
I just have a question about Hunter's Mark. Is that my bonus action?
Hunter's Mark would be a bonus action.
Okay, because I'd like to. And is it only my first one, or
Nope.
is it 1d6? Okay.
It's
so I'd
until
like to-
you move it, lose concentration, or I think that one lasts a minute at your level unless you want to cast it at a higher level.
Yeah, so I'd like to use Hunter's Mark on this as well.
Okay, so you're pulling out your crossbow. If you use Hunter's Mark, you can mark it, and you want to use your action to fire.
Yeah.
Okay, and Lepad, who is now no longer in the tree and more on top of the dino.
Clinging for dear life.
I wish I had. There we go. That'll work. What would you like to do whilst you maintain your? Right now, you currently have your sticky fingers in his muky eyeballs.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Yeah,
surging poison into
I want to just like really squeeze like harder, like trying to get my pads
gouge.
in the sockets. Just go for it.
Scoop them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those eyeballs.
Yeah, I want
All
to.
right.
I want to blind this guy.
Okay. So we'll start with. I'm gonna let the T-Rex go last because he's just absolutely caught by surprise by
You
this.
can't really see.
I'm gonna start with your journal writing.
Uh-huh.
You give the note over.
Yeah, I did.
So write down this as our initiative
Okay.
for the moment too.
Okay.
So you're up, and then you will go after that, and then Grant, you're closing the distance, and then we'll do Lepad actually after the T-Rex, so we can have a little fun with that. So what did you get?
17 to hit.
All right, a 17's gonna hit.
D16. 18 points of damage.
All right, that's a pretty solid hit there.
Yeah, I rolled max on both the dice.
Nice, congrats.
Thanks.
So you do a little mark for the, like, you're like, okay, screw you, Dino. And you fire off. You have also never actually fought one of these things.
Yeah,
So,
I'm really freaked out.
yeah. But you get a nice shot off, and the bolt sticks in between one of the scales, and you're pretty satisfied with that. Grant.
I rolled so it's D20, right?
Yes, for the attack.
Okay, for the attack.
the first
I have, so I rolled 19,
Mm-hmm.
and I have improved critical as champion 3, so I get 19.
So that's a crit. Nice.
It's a crit.
You roll a natural 19
Natural 19.
on the
yes.
dice. Yep. So that'll be a crit.
Okay.
What T-Rex?
And damage is 1d6. Is that
Plus
Plus
your sneak
3.
attack die, so that'll probably be an additional. You have 3 levels of swashbuckler, I think. So
Yes.
that'll get you
Plus 3.
another 2.
Plus,
Another 2d6.
Did
So it'll
you
be
use these
3d6
breaking dice?
total.
copy
Not
that.
yet.
Not yet. Good.
2,
Even with that.
4 is 6, and 4 is 10.
You
10. Did you add your
attack, not
dexterity
Just on
bonus?
attacks.
Dexterity
or
bonus of
checks.
3.
Okay, so
So,
that's 13.
13.
And then you have a second weapon there. You can use your bonus action to attack it if you would like, or you can try and run away.
Nope. We're going to attack. We're all in.
All in at
Both
this point.
scimitars, all in, aiming for the legs.
Achilles,
as the
Achilles.
frogman. Hang on, frogman.
Swashbuckler
I'm
has like
coming.
a frog on his eyes.
It's time. Okay, so it's another 3d6. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3.
I can't believe you guys are taking a T-Rex on this
9.
first.
I can't believe we
3
are
is
either.
12 plus 3 is 15.
This is so bad.
I don't know what we're doing.
So on the second one, you
Yes.
only get 1d6 plus the damage.
1d6
Yeah,
plus
but you rolled a 15 on that attack, right?
the original.
So the
Oh,
next
yeah,
attack you made with your bonus action, what was your d20 plus your proficiency, but like all the bonuses that are down there?
Okay, I got to re-roll for the
Yeah,
next
so
attack.
it's your
Okay.
offhand, so you have to
Stand
swing
by.
again.
Okay, 11 plus what was it?
If you look down
To
there,
hit
you've got
plus
weapons.
6 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 17.
You're gonna hit,
Okay. Okay, and then it's
and then 1d6 plus your
plus 3.
dexterity bonus. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 6, 9.
Oh wow, you maxed it. Nice. Oh, those are my dice.
Yeah, they are. I'm keeping them, by the way.
You hear
Thank
that?
you. Easy ride.
Yeah, you hear that easy roller? We're gonna.
Easy
He's gonna
roller.
keep my dice, so might need to inquire about another pair.
Let's please do.
Let's see,
like
and
these.
then
It's up to the T-Rex
back.
now.
It's up to the T-Rex. So the T-Rex, so you jump out and you're like, ha ha, ha 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 ha. Take that, Achilles. and the T-Rex is like flailing about. It hops up and lands. Everybody is gonna make a.
What are we doing?
Everybody make me an acrobatics check.
Copy that.
19.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
It fell out of my hand and it was a 20, but I was
Two.
actually,
Fell out of your hands, 20.
I'd say 9 plus.
Why wouldn't you take the 20 that fell out of your hands?
Well, I don't know. Is that fair?
12.
Yeah, that counts.
Unless it's canted, right? So what'd you get?
9 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yours. Yeah, yours is going to be different because you're holding on to him.
Oh,
I got a 20.
20. Okay, so we're going to ignore yours for right now. You guys all maintain your balance. You're also like prone on him, like holding on, and you've got sticky fingers. So what yours is going to be is he's going to try and dislodge you. Like he's going to use his action to like try and swipe off and like swing his head around. So you're actually
Does
going
his
to.
hands reach me? 'Cause
No.
No,
Okay.
he's a T-Rex, man.
I just wanted to check. Yeah.
He's like trying to do this.
Wait, did you just want to point at the T-Rex of tiny arms right
Yeah,
now?
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I already knew the answer. I just wanted to draw attention.
Yeah, he tries to do
Adding
some of this,
insult to injury.
and then he swings around, tries to like scrape away and swings around again.
God, you're the
And you're
most-
holding on. Let's watch crosstalk, guys. And he's you're holding on, and he's like swinging about, and the little back end of you goes sliding off one side of his nose, and then the other side. And give me a strength saving throw.
D20, right?
D20.
Does he take damage from the poison? The T-Rex?
That's what I. Oh.
Not this type.
Well, this was a bad idea. That
You
was
were
my
like
whole
the
plan.
most. You're the froggiest Shadow of the Colossus right now
God,
ever.
that's not good. That's a 2
And what's your
-1.
dexterity or your strength bonus?
-1.
Okay.
No.
So
God, that might
as
have been a bad idea.
Legend!
so you're holding on. You're swinging back and forth, and he's like, he finally like is able to, and you just go,
No.
and fly off into the environment over here.
Ooh, okay.
Make me a dexterity saving throw. Because you got a lot of trees.
Come on. That's a crit hit, 20.
Yeah.
So you get slung off, but are able to correct yourself in the air, catching onto the tree, like right here.
Nice.
So you're able to, like, you were like, "Leba." You thought everything was bad, and then you like,
Nice.
"Leba."
I meant to do that.
Yeah.
I have a question about one of my abilities, Hunter's Prey. So once per turn when hitting someone that is below max HP, I do an extra D8 of damage.
Right.
So does that happen now, like after my attack?
Now
forward?
it's been hit before, right? So
Right,
you
yeah.
hit it first on the other time.
Yeah.
And that
right.
was
No, I know. I just want to double check and see if that was going to happen.
Indeed it does.
Perfect. Thank you.
And that puts us back at the top of the order with the girl that peed herself.
What? What? Now, before I begin my turn in earnest, would you like me to read what I wrote down for my bardic inspiration?
Yes.
Yes.
But you must read it as though you were like, there is a T-Rex near you.
Like a graceful leaf, she darts from branch to branch, stinging needles piercing my heart. All right, and I pull out my tiny crossbow. And I fire it for 18.
That hits.
All right, and I do. No, wait, it's a D10
That's not
actually.
bad,
Yeah, it's a
actually.
D10.
That should have been a heavy one then. This is a D6. A hand
Oh,
crossbow is a
D6.
D6. Your pea shooter is not that powerful.
I was like, whoa.
5,
5 plus your dexterity.
which is plus 2, so 7.
Okay.
Not bad.
One ammo, one bolt.
And we're back up at the top of the. Or I
I
guess
just-
we had Ivan. Do you want to do anything else?
For this, I'll say give more bardic inspiration. Why not? Lepan's doing amazing too. I'll give him a bardic inspiration as my bonus action as well too. I have 3 to use.
I can't wait to hear your.
I will write his
soliloquy
down right
about-
now. Yes.
All right, and Mylin.
I crit.
Okay. And by that I meant Jacqueline.
Yes.
Jacqueline crits.
Jacking crit!
So that's all the dice.
all the dice. Right.
All the dice.
So, okay, so I do my D plus my 6 and then 1d8 in addition. But then when I crit, I forget what the bonus is.
Doubles all the dice.
Doubles all of them. Okay,
Right.
so
And so
yeah.
you would normally have
No, Maybury.
to reload, to spend a round reloading, but because you have extra attack at this point, basically one of those things at the beginning is going to be loading. You would get more attacks if you were using your longsword.
Right.
But with you're still going to get one shot off. You won't get two.
Cool. All right. So sorry. 17 for the first part of it, and then so 17 plus 9, 10, and 12. So it's 29 altogether.
Woo!
29. Wait. Yeah, 29 points of damage.
Boy, she's making you look bad.
Start my life.
Yeah.
It catches a shot, I'm guessing, somewhere in a more vital position, like right under the jaw or something
Or in
like
its
that.
butthole, wherever.
Aim for the butthole. Shoot for the cloaca.
You crit, so I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Clever girl.
The only way to be sure.
And you hear it go. Like it's just it doesn't sound quite as fierce as it did before.
Nobody is as fierce when they get 2 bolts in the butthole. Wait, no, that took a very different turn. I'm so sorry. That's not where I was going with that.
You painted the picture in your own mind, is what really happened.
It swings, turns around, and stares directly at you with both now puffy red eyes, looking as though it's going to cry. You're not sure if it's from Lepad or your bolts. And it starts to hop towards you. The next person up is Monsieur. Grant, what's your character's name?
Murdoch.
Murdoch, that's right.
All right. Murdoch attacks again. We can't let this thing get the best of us. 19.
That's a crit.
Hey-o.
That's a 19 on the dice.
That is a 19
So
on
does
the
he get to roll double
dice.
dice too?
Yep.
So did you do that for your
Did you
last
do that for
turn?
your
I don't
first
think
crit?
he did.
I did 3d6. I
So
think.
okay, so you're gonna add more on this one. Go ahead and roll me another 3d6.
Okay. 3. 1. Come on. Okay, 8.
Okay,
Up
so
from
that
previous?
8 is going on top of your other hit before,
Okay.
So then,
Now for this turn.
yeah. So
and then now it's gonna be 66.
Wow. 1. 6. 12. 13. Come on.
Maybe you don't use that d6 anymore.
15 total.
And is that with your dexterity bonus?
Dexterity bonus of 3, 18.
All right. And you still have your bonus action,
Bonus action.
so you can swing with the other arm
Yeah,
if you'd
I
like.
will take the offhand
All right.
scimitar.
Get it.
All right. That is an
Whoa.
18 there.
You're definitely gonna hit. We don't even need to add your
Yeah.
+6 on that. So
Okay, and it's a 1d6 plus 3. 7.
Nice.
Okay.
all right. So you you swing at it, and then it turns towards.
Jaquin.
It turns to Jaquin and leaps over you. You can use your reaction to try and take another swipe at it if you would like to, as it leaves as it like jumps up over
Okay,
you. You can
so
like
it's-
swing up in the air if you'd like to.
Right, because I am not in any current danger.
Well, I mean,
It looks
you
like
are,
he's going to jump over me,
But
but
if it
I might as well. I think
Right.
I will.
rule-wise, you can get away with.
Absolutely. Okay, so one more attack. 8 plus 6 to hit is 14.
Okay, that is gonna hit,
Okay.
and because it's not your turn, this is a next turn. You actually get to add your sneak attack as well, so it's gonna be another 3d6.
Okay. 3. 6 is 9. 12.
I'm wailing on this thing. Lapin!
Yeah.
It jumps over, landing next to you. You made yourself onto a branch.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna give me acrobatics checks.
Okay. Oh. 23.
Oof. 5 altogether.
Oof.
Oh my boring.
19.
17.
All right, so everybody maintains their feet except for Lepad, who falls from the tree.
No.
Lepad.
This is
bad.
Heading, it's still sailing towards the ground, and he's going to, the T-Rex is going to take a snap at you.
Can I take a reaction and dodge that?
With what?
Do I have a dodge ability?
Not really.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I don't know if I have anything that I can.
I'm gonna
but
go
I have a
with-
shield.
You do, but you don't have it equipped.
Okay.
It takes an action to equip a shield.
Ah,
You have your
okay.
crossbow out right now. You were probably doing this, like, trying to reload it
Yeah.
as the boom happened,
Right.
shook the branch. You looked up to see what it was, and you're eye to eye with the T-Rex,
Right.
who is going to, he's definitely going to hit you. The 23.
Oh, no, that's gonna hit.
Okay, and so you look up to Jaws going, snagging onto a good portion of you. Luckily, your armor seems to have interposed itself a little bit, so it will not kill you outright,
No!
but it will do a god-awful amount of damage.
Wait, okay, no. So dodge, I can. Attack rolls from attackers you can see have disadvantage, and you have advantage on dex saving throws until the start of your
It's an
turn.
action,
Saving
though.
throws.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you have to use it
Yeah,
as
the
an
dodge.
action.
You're talking about the dodge action where you're taking that as a maneuver.
okay.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't have any reactions. All right, that's fine. I just gotta take it. Stupid T-Rex.
It's going to be 27 points of damage.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. 34 points of damage. Piercing. And you are grappled and restrained within its jaws.
No! Jaqueen! Lapin, do something! What are you doing? Poke it or something!
Let's see. It may actually still get something else going on here. Yep. And then, let's see. It had moved away from you. It is going to take another opportunity to hop with her in the jaws back to you.
Here it comes.
Everybody except for the young lady within the jaws will make another acrobatics check.
No, well, probably not enough.
Okay.
I have 21 altogether.
18.
15.
Okay, everybody stays up on their feet. He's except for him. You are in the jaws for the moment. We're just going to slide you over here.
T-Rex. It's worse than a walking T-Rex because it keeps shaking us down.
And it swings its tail at you and will hit an AC 13. What is your AC?
15.
So you are just able to leap over the tail as it swoosh across the floor.
Swashbuckler! I want this noted on my permanent record for piratical arts. Did you see that?
And I'm staring at Jaqueen and Jaws like her feet like dangling and kicking out of his mouth.
That's pretty close to what's going on.
Freaking out.
And Lepad, it is your turn as you clamber up from the ground, dusting yourself off.
I have a question.
What's your question?
With my key, can I channel that into my hands to do like super stuff?
It's on your sheet.
Yeah, I was kind of confused about what
So
it
what you
exactly
can do
does.
with that is you can basically you can use the key to get extra attacks after you make your first attack land. So if you take the action and in this case your spear is the Yaquala. So it's actually kind of like a machete on the end of a spear, but it's
Okay.
a short spear.
Yeah.
So it's just a long extended handle. And for the purposes of this game, you're going to get to use it as a monk weapon.
Okay.
And
So the idea is that you can use ki to activate special abilities, like a flurry of blow.
okay.
Right. And flurry of blow would be, instead of doing it like punch style, you're doing it poke 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 style.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so here's what I want.
but your other hits will be with your fist.
Okay. So I'm in with jumping range, so I can get back on his head. Okay. So what I want to do is jump, maybe do a side jump off a tree, and go straight for his head again, and use my spear and give him the poke, and use my ki so that I can poke in the both eyes.
Okay. So you were falling, but
Yes.
I'm going to rule that your
I got a 21.
as you were dropping, you were able to snatch on to the branch, do a loop-de-loop, and then in air pull out your koala.
The poke!
Okay, and you're gonna swing across on that. Go ahead and give me your attack roll. Let's see if you actually poke or poke.
Please let this work. It'd be so
Use your inspiration
awesome.
dice. I gave you an. You can roll it first, then you can use your inspiration dice if
Yeah,
you
see
want.
if you need it.
Oh, that's a
With
that's
the
a
one, you probably want to use the inspiration dice.
You roll a 1.
Yeah, that's what it did.
That's
not
just
gonna
So you go to grab onto your koala, and the slime or tears from the T-Rex's eyes had not quite gotten off of your hands yet, and you actually don't. You just swing forward, and you guys see a frog go.
Oh no.
Do you want to use a key point to do flurry of blows? You don't have to hit with the first attack. You just have to make a melee attack. So
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 what,
you'll still get to do damage.
you can
but
still
then I
do.
just like hit him somewhere, but not in his eyes. Or
Well, the point I think on this one is that you miss with your main attack,
Yeah.
and if you would like to, you can make a couple of more melee attacks against him if you want to. You're definitely not going to hit him in an eye unless you crit now.
Right.
okay,
So
But you still have an opportunity to get some attacks off.
okay,
Yeah.
Do I have an opportunity to like use my perception and look for a weak point as this is happening?
you found the weak point there was,
Was
except
the
for the one
eyes.
that Mylin found, or Jacqueline found.
Am I in range of the beehole?
No.
No. Okay.
You went flying through the air. I'm gonna say that you basically like missed your mark, but you land like your first flat-fisted hit somewhere around the neck. So you can give like a couple more as you like fly down.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
It's basically a flail.
I'm
Help me!
failing. So yeah, and then sure I'll do it, and I'll aim for any of the between the scales.
You're
You know,
gonna
or-
if you
or-
hit the AC, you're gonna hit
Sure.
it.
So,
First attack.
oh my God, that's another one.
Okay, and you can roll. You get to roll one more as well. Still, so
Okay,
That's a double one.
don't be
Roll a
another
different
one.
die.
That's 9
Plus,
plus
you can add his bardic inspiration.
You can
which
want to
is
do a
8.
D8 to add to it if you want.
D8. Which one is the D8? Is it this
The
one?
not so.
This-
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the prism-looking one.
2.
10.
Well, 10 plus. Do I get a? Do I?
yeah, you get to add
Plus-
your dexterity bonus. And your-
dexterity.
It should be there should be a
plus-
number
Sorry.
on your sheet down there in where the weapons are for like your
So it's
actual
to hit.
melee attack, like for just fists.
Oh, I just have martial arts. That's yeah,
Yep.
right.
It's to hit. the
Okay,
number.
it says to hit plus 6.
So yeah, so 16, right?
So it's a 9 plus 6, 15 plus 2, 18.
Okay,
18 to hit.
so you'll hit with that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So you
it wasn't-
flail a couple of times. You don't find none of them really land home. Some of them are grazing, but that one hits. So you can give me your damage.
Cool, and that is a D.
It'll be a D4
D4.
plus
Plus
your
3.
dexterity.
It's the D4. Uh-oh.
Here, my bun.
There we go. There you go. So this one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So 2
Plus 3, right?
plus yes
Yeah.
plus 3.
5.
5. Bludgeon.
At least got a shot in on the way down.
This was a bad idea, guys.
All right, you do 5 damage. It stumbles a little bit before it makes before it's able to right itself. And Johan, let us hear your most recent inspiring.
Is this the right time? I don't think Johan would be reading it out loud, seeing Jaquine in the mouth of a T-Rex. Can
Well,
we
I don't
save
know how he's inspiring people then.
Ah, shit.
I'm letting you do it post
That's fine.
instead of
So it's writing it down because really it's my bardic inspiration. So I'm being inspired by the amazing things that he's doing.
Sure.
That's how I'm interpreting the bardic inspiration.
If you would like to.
Is that it's not? I'm actually just watching him do cool stuff. Although in this case, not so cool.
That's your MO.
Well, when you wrote it, I did some cool stuff.
Climbing the great behemoth, he bravely faces death in order to save those that he loves. But oh, my heart he is flung! But like a nimble bird, he circles and jumps back into the danger.
You're a fast scribe. So it is your turn now. What would you like to do?
Don't you have magic? Kill it with magic.
Kill it with magic.
Yeah.
And
heal me.
paralysis overtakes him.
I'm essentially, I have to, as my bonus action, I'm going to reload while I'm thinking, what do you do? What do you do, Johan? What do you do? What do you do? She's being eaten. You need to do something. And I'm just going to do vicious mockery
Okay.
while I'm reloading. So
The reload, yeah, okay.
It's a bonus action,
I'll let
right?
that roll. Sure.
Right.
Let's do that.
do vicious mockery. Its save is will against DC 14.
It has a 16 on the die, so it's going to ignore your.
Well, it is a dinosaur. So.
Yeah, it can't understand your words anyway. But we'll move on to the next, which is Jackeen, who is in the mouth.
Okay. I want to. Can I reach anything? Like, can I try and like get out of the mouth and also like can I like try and take my sword out and like jam it into its mouth so it'll let me go?
From where you are right now, you cannot make benefit of any of your speed, so you can't like run or anything
No,
like
I'm
that.
not trying to run. I'm trying to
Any
get out of
attack
the mouth.
rolls would be at the creature would have on you would be at advantage, and yours would be at disadvantage. And you would also have disadvantage against any dexterity saving throws.
Right.
As far as drawing a weapon, I'm going to go with probably not going to be able to get that while you're half in its mouth.
Yeah.
But you can use your action to escape.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and escape for sure. Plus.
You're using it.
Wait, and then what do I add to that? Oh,
So
sorry.
this is going to be a you can use athletics or dexterity, or athletics or acrobatics, whichever you would like to.
And you have not used.
Nope, that's
yeah.
9 plus 15.
Now, before you do, you still have a bardic inspiration if you want to use
Oh,
it.
that's what I.
That's a
it's
D8.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I did that wrong. No. Sorry.
She
the
rolled a
wrong dice.
D4 instead of a D8.
Yeah, I got confused. Haha. 13 plus 6 is 19 to escape.
You are just able to pry the mouth open just enough to drop yourself out. I'm going to say that you can give me a dexterity. You can give me an acrobatics check for your way down.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. An acrobatics check or an athletics check?
Acrobatics.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a 4.
You'll take 6 damage as you hit the ground, and you'll be prone.
Cool.
But you are out of its mouth, and you are also. I forgot earlier I need a concentration check.
No, that's gonna 3 plus something, but that's not gonna be enough.
Okay. 3 plus something is probably not going to be enough unless it's a plus 7 for your concentration. Nope. Okay, so Mark goes down, and it is now Murdoch's turn.
Murdoch continues the attack. There's not much else we can do right now.
I have one trick up my sleeve when it comes
What?
back to me.
You guys yell back and forth
What?
in the duress.
Keep
of-
him busy! Murdoch! Kill the damn thing! You're a pirate!
Aspiring pirate, but okay.
Well, I think I should aspire you to kill him!
I aspire someone to help heal me.
Well, it's not going to be me. I'm going to attack. All right, here we go. That is a 16
That'll hit.
plus 6, 21.
Yep.
Okay. And it's 3d6, is that right?
Yep, it'll be 3d6 plus your, I guess it's
5.
plus 3.
6, 11, 14, plus 3 is 17.
All right.
Ooh.
So you catch it on the leg, and this time it drops to a knee as it's starting to kind of like wobble forward. I guess it more like drops down onto its thigh, but with one foot, leaving it wide open for your next attack.
Next attack coming right up. 16 plus 6, 21.
All right, so you're definitely going to hit, and no matter how much damage you do right now, you
can
will
kill it.
kill it. So, if you would
Yes!
like, you can.
As I'm like bleeding out, I'm like, please kill this stupid dinosaur.
You can have. You can go ahead and describe how you'd like to go about
Aha.
the kill here.
Sensing the dinosaur's on its last leg, literally. Murdoch seizes the moment to take his offhand scimitar and sink it deep into the dinosaur's neck, listening for that final blood-curdling cry. There you go, my friends.
The dinosaur, the T-Rex does this. It's down on the one. You get on there. It tries to nip at you for an instant before you sink it all the way in, and it just goes and hits the ground in front of you. And give me a dexterity saving throw.
Don't crush her.
Oh, no.
I will angrily laugh. 13.
You roll out of the way just in time
Look out!
to miss.
You're messed up. I know you're trying to talk me out. It's messed up.
If I were trying to, a 13 would have been good enough. Because on the stat sheet, there is not a when the T-Rex falls. So you have now this, basically, it probably would be the equivalent amount of a bloodbath on your hands as you have been pretty bloodied on your own, but the rest of you have been able to put down this T-Rex in an encounter that I did not expect to happen.
Yeah! I walk up and kind of like straighten my clothes a little bit as I stand close to Murdoch, who is covered in blood, and looks at him and goes, "Good. I'm glad you were able to take care of that. I totally had it covered. I was going to scare it away with a bigger dinosaur, but good for you, Murdoch. Good
I
for
run
you."
up, I jump on top of it, the thing, and I stamp my foot on him, and I'm like, "See, Lapad, he show you the way. Lapad take down the dragon. You guys did okay."
I expect, Bookman, that there shall be a chapter about our victory.
Oh, well, oh, God.
I like
Shakeen!
walk. I'm like sitting against me, like pale, practically bleeding out, just like.
I'll burn one of my level 2.
Furious because I've done most of the damage to this thing.
Roll me a percentile die. Roll me 2 percentile die. Do you have 2? Do you have 2d10?
73.
Okay. So there is 27% of your black shirt missing now. From the tears, it's all shredded.
And my shirt. Oh, God. I'm going to put a healing word on her at least, though. So that's 2d4.
You're doing it second level?
4. Yeah, second level. So I'll burn one of my second
Can't you
level
do some
slots.
forest stuff? Some, make a poultice
Maybe
or
I
something?
could. Do I want to? Maybe if it was Chohan Wielder. This one,
Foresty stuff? What does he mean by foresty stuff?
You know, the foresty stuff.
You know.
There's lots of things in the forest.
Oh, hello. Oh, awesome. Oh, excellent. 8, 12, 14.
Nice.
14 back. 14 back.
You rolled 2. You got 8.
I got a
And then-
4, a 4, a 4, and a 2.
So you're doing it at second level.
Doing it second level, which
It's
means
healing word, which would be 1d4.
1d4 plus 1d4 per spell level.
Right. So at second level, you got 2d4 plus your wisdom, or your.
Well, I
guess
thought
for
it
you
was.
it'd be charisma.
Sorry if I'm misinterpreting this incorrectly, but it's 1d4 plus 1d4 per spell level, so it's a level 2 spell.
So you
That'd
would
be
get.
3. 2 plus
So
1.
it says. You're telling me it says 2d4 plus 1d4 per.
Slash. spell level, which is per spell level, plus spellcasting ability modifier.
So it says 1d4 plus 1d4 per spell level, or is it a 2d4 plus 1d4 spell level?
1d4 plus 1d4, but I thought that's 1d4 per spell level. So if it's spell level 2, that would be theoretically 2d4.
It would be,
Yes.
except you're putting math into it that is unnecessary, because per spell level, you're still only looking at 2 spell levels.
Yes.
So it's 2d4 plus your,
I actually did it at second level. I wrote down
So
third,
it's 8.
so it'd just be a second spell level.
yeah,
'cause
if
it's
you,
a first level slot.
you do have third level
I
spell
do have a third
slots.
level slot left.
If you wanted to,
I could burn that instead.
yeah, what I have recorded right now is that you've used 2 second level spell slots total with this.
No, I actually spent 1 third level slot as well too because.
Oh, the hypnotic pattern was
yeah,
third level. That's right.
So I have 1 third level slot left if I do this, but in order to keep the roll that I have, if that's what I have to do, oh no, then I would only get 3.
Indeed. So I will let you just
I-
remove the lowest
2.
number on that one.
So 12 then.
All right. And that's with adding your charisma bonus to it.
Oh, charisma bonus. No, that's also a plus 3, so you get 13.
Are you
Or
going
4,
to
8,
heal her or
12.
just talk all day?
15 total.
15.
Yes. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm actually doing math in my head and talking about it out loud to her, and that's what the healing word is. Because I'm just.
You should stick the
The
bullets.
healing
John.
word is math.
Like grab them.
I do my best to try to repair as much of the broken shirt as I can with literally. I think I would probably pull out a needle and thread because of course Johan would have a needle and thread for emergency fashion mistakes that occur, and then just help patch her up as much as I possibly can.
Sounds good. So you go over, and your brilliant bedside manner is what really gets her wounds to close. You calm her down a little bit. You work your way through getting stitching some of the stuff up with on the shirt, but also the wounds from the teeth. Stitching it closed, patting it down. There. It's gonna
No,
be okay.
it's okay. It's all right. It's fine. You're alive, and you did wonderfully. I've never seen a dinosaur. I've never even seen a dinosaur. Now I see a dead dinosaur. I've seen a live dinosaur, and I've seen a dead dinosaur.
It's been a big day.
It's been a big day.
I almost died.
But you didn't, and that's what's important. We're alive, and now we get to go to the port.
The port.
I take a tooth and a claw from the dinosaur.
I was gonna do that.
Give me a survival check. Anybody else want to do anything
Yeah,
like that?
I was gonna do the same thing actually.
Survival
Can I
check.
do that too. Okay.
Sure, why
Roll
not?
A D20 with that.
Everybody's taking a souvenir. Okay.
Yeah. We killed the big teeth.
Oh, you
I critted on my survival check.
8.
I got a 4. I winded from the experience.
Now, is that adding your survival check, like your survival?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
I
skill.
rolled low.
Great.
Yeah.
So what'd you roll? A
Sadly.
1?
Huh? I rolled a 3,
You rolled a 3.
and
you
my
got a +1.
survival's +1.
Gotcha.
Altogether, I have 27.
Okay. And what did you get?
Natural 20.
Okay, so you were able to free some of the teeth that were loosened by her armor before she gets over there to it.
But she didn't get one.
Not yet.
I pull one out and actually hand it to her.
Thank you.
So that's good. I'll say that you got, because you crit, you got 2. You were able to get 1. Did you want a tooth or did you want one of the claws?
I wanted both.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, then you can roll me another one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going for too.
And then using
You can roll
my,
me a
is there anything useful from this animal that I would know about?
Roll me a. I'll let you
Well,
pick
let's start with the-
medicine or nature after you do your next.
Okay.
After
So
you
we'll
do
start.
the
It's
survival
still
check.
survival. 17 plus 9 plus 3. That's a whole bunch. 29.
All right, so you're able to get a tooth and a claw. The claw is roughly the size of your arm. The tooth is roughly the size of your entire mouth, like jaw. And you also are going to make me either a nature or medicine check to see if there's something that is useful.
Nature. I'll do a nature check because that's better.
You're a nature man.
Yeah. 2 plus 6 plus 3, so 9
No, it's
plus
12.
Double
Because
proficiency, remember?
your
Yeah.
proficiency and
Oh, no, it's just
So
double
2
proficiency. It's
plus 6
proficiency.
plus 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 9, 11.
Okay, so what were you guys just talking about?
Well, if he had
We're
the
just
double dot,
adding
it's
it
just
up.
The double
Yeah.
dot's already added into that number.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
So
Got
you
it.
don't double the number on that again. It's already
Yeah.
done.
All
You
right.
just add the proficiency, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's 11.
11. So you recall that if you had done a medicine check, you'd get different information here, no matter like if your roll is the same. But as a, from what you recall, is that Agagrimgrum actually wears armor that is made from the hide of a large dinosaur. You don't recall exactly which one, but you do know that it seemed to have a little bit of a blended color. It wasn't just a flat green or anything like that. And it did have some feathers that were on it, just as this T-Rex also has some feathering in different places.
We can make the armor out of the skin of the big teeth.
And do you think we could sell it at
I know
the
the
port?
Agagrimgrom. He wear
Can any of
the
you make
skin.
armor? Because I can't. I
Well,
don't
we could
think.
take it to the port. We
I-
might even be able to, maybe, I don't know, get
I guess
money
I
for
can make
supplies.
medium.
Lapad says we take as much of the. We killed the big teeth. Who killed the big teeth? We did. Let's
So I
take
guess
as much as we
we
can.
try and skin it for armor and meat after, and I got an 18 for that claw.
Okay, so you were able to get the claw off. Probably
Where's the
just taking your
Twinkets
long
at?
sword and
Are the Twinkets anywhere? Maybe they can help us. Twinkets.
Trinkets.
Trinkets.
Tinga.
Tinga.
Tingas.
You know, whatever.
Twinket, whatever. Tingas. They're nowhere in sight, I'm
Twinga?
assuming. Tingas.
Tringa.
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 chua, chua, twing,
Twing.
Tringa.
twinga.
Twinga.
I'm an ignorant
That's fine then. The
outworlder,
Tingas.
so you know.
Tringa.
Nobody said they had perfect diction. So you guys are going to this is going to be probably the equivalent of I'm assuming that harvesting a whale would take sailors at least a day, if not two, to be with wild. This
I
is
think
a
whatever
large
we can
mammal.
take
It's
in,
not a whale,
few
but
hours, and isn't going to be cumbersome to carry. We each take what we can skin in, maybe the next hour or two, and kind of
I'd
and
say
then move on
so
because we need to get moving.
if we can get at least, because I have a good news is that I probably should have thought about this back when my trunk was a bit of an issue, but I can carry about 500 pounds.
500
John Wielder.
pounds?
500 pounds.
Oh, well, I can't. I've got a little disc.
What's
you
a pound?
see. It's it's about this much.
500 of that much?
That
We can
much.
carry a lot.
That's a lot.
So I say we set an hour amount of time, and that's how much we harvest from the dinosaur.
Was it? Well, knowing what I know, now that you've mentioned Agagrimgrung, my goal, because I didn't realize the teeth and the claws so big. My goal is to skin enough to fashion myself armor from it.
That will take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
that'd take long.
That's all. I
I'm
don't
joking,
really
'cause
really
it's
care
tiny.
about the riches
Yes.
and all this stuff. I care about myself. I want enough for me to make some sweet
Yeah.
big teeth plate armor stuff.
Plate, huh?
Well, I don't know. Lizard skin,
Leather,
whatever. it
lizard
is.
skin
Yeah.
armor.
The
Leather,
hardest,
lizard skin.
most tough parts. That's what I'm going for. And
All right.
I'll
Well,
fight
now
people
you
for
will
it.
need to make me a medicine check.
Okay.
What is it that everybody else wishes to do with this? You guys have claws. You have a tooth.
I have nothing.
Oh, you got nothing.
I
'cause
got
you rolled a
nothing.
4. But you have a tooth. You have a tooth,
Tooth
and a
and a
claw
claw.
because he gave you one. What else we got
The
going on?
tooth I'm going to make a necklace out of. I've got little scraps of cord and stuff. I'll just make a
And
little.
I'll-
This
yeah.
is like a.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, big.
Yeah,
Ooh.
no. I mean, is it the size of my head or is it the size
It's
of?
probably the size of your head, unless he pulled one of the very front ones that's going to be a little smaller. I mean, we've all seen Sue, right? So you've got a.
Well, I used to have a T-Rex tooth. That was a cast.
They
It
lied
was
to you.
about that.
That's why I was it's
Johan got taken.
Well, I knew it was just one of those museum casts.
Yeah, maybe there's a small.
I'm gonna go make camp while these people all do the
put
skinning.
them in
We'll
my
say
luggage.
you can make it. It's gonna be pretty lengthy.
Nah, I feel like
Doesn't
it's gonna
matter.
stab
Like
me.
it's aesthetics. So
Just put it in my pack for now.
okay.
So I rolled a.
And you got a claw, which is basically this a big piece
Yeah, I
of
feel
your
like I could
pack.
fashion a weapon out of
Maybe.
But
We can do that later.
Yeah.
We can talk about that
Yeah,
later.
yeah. So I got a 14 for medicine.
Okay.
Altogether.
All right. So you find one of the parts of the T-Rex that seems to have a thicker portion, probably somewhere around just above the thigh, on the top side of the creature seems to be a little bit better suited for that. And you set to carefully skinning, I'm assuming. So now you're going to give me another survival check.
Okay. Oh, I got this. Don't
Anybody else want anything while he's doing this?
Yeah, I want to try and skin it for some smaller pieces, like maybe like some boots and bracers, but like not like a full set of armor.
Okay. So you can go ahead and give me that. Did you want to try and find any particular softer or harder piece of it, or do you just
Yeah,
want to
something
go?
harder, like some more towards like medium armor stuff.
Okay, so go ahead and give me another. Give me a medicine check on that one.
Is this considered exotic?
21.
Sure. I mean, Chult's pretty exotic.
Magical?
So you're able to locate. You know, like you kind of like go around it like you're looking for a beam, a stud in the wall, and you find a little part that's a little harder on the thing, and you start to skin away part of that stuff. So we'll need a survival check from you on that one.
I got 29.
29. So you're able to roll me a d6.
And 13 in survival.
Cool. Roll me a d10.
I got a 4.
A 4. It's going to take you 4 hours to get that.
Okay.
3.
Okay. You're going to be able to skin off the pieces you need in 3 hours.
Cool.
Anything for you?
If the Jakar pirates can be persuaded by something exotic, I might as well give it a shot. Another shot. Maybe I just loosened it.
What do you want? Are you going to go for the
I think I'll go
another
for
claw?
a tooth.
A tooth?
A tooth.
Go ahead. Give me that survival check.
A 6 plus 1, 7.
All right.
And can we take a little rest while we're doing this? Can we like
I'm
sit
making
and
camp.
scan it?
Yes, it's going to be. I'm going to say that this isn't incredibly laborious, so you guys can have the effects of a short rest
Cool.
for this.
I forget is that one?
You get to roll your hit die.
Yeah.
And I will start telling the tales and do a. I'll burn a. Excuse me, while I find it. Song of Rest. So if they want to, they can get extra healing for Song of Rest. It's an extra d6. So on top of your hit die, you can get an extra d6
Oh,
if
cool.
you're going to be doing it.
Yeah. So I'd like to. And do I have to roll on the d20 for the hit die or no? It's just
No, you just
straight-
roll the hit die and
I'm
you
just
add
gonna-
it.
I'm just going to tell her how amazing she was
with
the
the-
entire
sure.
time while
7.
she's resting.
So,
Over and over.
Everybody can do that. You can use up to your amount of hit die that you currently have. So everybody's level 6. You should have 6. Just make sure it's the one that corresponds to your class if you are multi-class. And you're skinning your armor. It is going to be roughly, we're going to say noon. The sun's going to be high up in the sky by the time you guys finish doing that. You may tell her how amazing she is whilst I run to the restroom.
Okay.
May I be muted, please?
Real quick,
Sit
what
down.
technically should I write down that I've obtained from the?
Well, I have it noted, but you can also write that in episode 2 you scanned the
Just a
T-Rex.
skin. It doesn't really matter.
T-Rex
Okay,
skin? Yeah.
T-Rex
Not a
skin.
particular
Do
amount.
you have a notes section there? Or-
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I just
you can
wanted
pull
to
that.
know what to actually write down.
It's almost that.
I can't believe we just took down a giant T-Rex.
We did.
I don't think that was on the lineup of things I was expecting today.
Well, Lepad knew he'd take down the big teeth. That's why
What?
he jumped on his eyes.
What possessed you to do that, Frogman?
Chohan Wielder's whimpering. He was
Okay,
going to eat the Chohan Wielder. I don't care if he eat this one, but he's going to
He
eat the
almost
Chohan
did eat
Wielder.
me.
But he didn't.
True.
You can't write the book if you're killed by the teeth, big teeth.
No, but now look, you've got Big Teeth's armor, and you've got presumably some excellent skin. I mean, well, this is incredible. Although,
Were you able to get your claw?
I don't know. I don't know if it's 7
Because I
squatty
have this
enough.
one right here.
Oh, really? Thank you.
I'm assuming there's like a lake there. I just threw it into.
A lake.
I can't
Great.
carry that.
I can't.
I like that you're like, here it is. Too bad. You can't get
Away.
one.
I don't
I
like
could
this one.
You could have just
Probably
If
swim
Johan
and
Wheeler want the claw.
get it.
I don't think I have any more room for any.
Sure, you can
giant.
carry 500 of the poon poon.
Only for 4 hours though. So I think. And how far away from the port are we at this point?
We're probably still a bit away. So
I would
after
know
we've
the answer to that
collected our
question.
things, I feel like we should
I have a
start
ship to
making
catch.
our way to port.
I know I mean this is all wonderful and all, but the sun's high in the sky and we need to get out of here.
Yeah, we put
And
the shake. We get the
it's-
move. Let's go.
There's not a lot of time left. It's a big distraction. But what are we going to do with the rest of? Well, I mean, what is it just going to go to
I
waste?
think we should cook some food. We've got a T-Rex and rest
It is
up.
noon. It's probably time for a meal.
Well, I'm definitely in the process of putting all of it together, like
guess we should-
doing the short rest. I would be.
He's not here. I'm just gonna roll for steaks. I'm gonna roll for T-Rex steaks. It's okay.
T-Rex
I
steaks.
don't need
Can
a
you roll for
DM.
medium rare?
I
Because,
critted, by the way, on the T-Rex
So
steaks.
then you cook them perfectly.
I would like you to see this. I've critted.
Yeah,
So
on
I'm going
T-Rex
to say
steaks.
we have a feast of T-Rex
wow.
Oh my
steaks.
gosh! In fact, if anything, I have some herbs that just happen to still be in my
Oh,
bag.
yeah,
I
maybe.
crush a little bit of garlic.
We got a little
You know,
seasoning.
get some
Little
We
seasoning.
enjoy
medium
some-
rare.
Tasty T-Rex steaks during our short
Maybe
rest.
dig up some tubers and like boil those a little bit. Have some boiled tubers with our meat.
It's a little gamey, but not bad. Not the worst I've had.
It's like alligator meat. So it's gonna run right through us.
Little oily.
Oh, oily.
Little
Ugh.
oily and little gamey.
Well, for a short rest, I think I get to also recover half of my spell slots. Let me just double
Miraculously, I was not hurt during that encounter.
check. Right?
Yeah.
Amazing. I can't actually remember how many spell slots I recover in a short rest.
While this is going on, Lapad is gonna go take a dip in the water.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and clean the blood off
Yeah.
of myself.
It's probably
Rudy,
a
while
good
you
idea.
weren't here, I'm just letting you know we decided that we were going to make steaks from the T-Rex, which I critted on, and so we enjoyed a lovely T-Rex steak feast.
It was delicious
Yes.
in our short rest.
Also,
How
I
many-
mentioned I was gonna take a dip in the water for about an hour.
And we're gonna clean ourselves up and clean all the blood off.
1 second, I'll put it. Oh, do I want some water?
How many? How much? And remind me if you don't mind. When you do a short rest, how many spell slots do you recover? Half.
Unless you have a like wizards can use a thing.
Right.
Some other classes have the ability, but
I have to do a
cannot
full
believe that
rest.
bards can.
Yes. Okay. I need to wait for a full rest. Okay.
Now, also. No. So, you all have a nice T-Rex steak whilst
Thanks.
you're working the thing. Do you partake in any of this?
Do I know something as why I should not? Can I do like?
No,
a
I just
nature
don't know.
check?
If
okay.
you wanted to go hunting for your own again.
It's there, but also kind of because there's so much that we're obviously not going to eat it all. I would like to jump on top of it, and what do they say? Tweak, or whatever.
Twinga?
Yeah. Oh,
Twinga?
yeah. The twinga. We not have all this thing. This for you. We leave it for you.
You just yelling this out into the
Yes,
forest.
just out into the forest. I'm very boisterous.
Okay.
I apologize if this is excessive details, but I feel like because of her T-Rex steak, and my fascination with food, I'm literally going to prep this T-Rex steak like it was a 5-star restaurant with like parsley and the seasons and everything, and just make it a. It is not. We are not having a survival field meal right now. I am making it dope.
A feast.
Mylin has an idea of what's about to happen. Would you please roll me a flat d20? Not you. This is him.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
For flirting.
Yeah. Making the most beautiful. Oh, that's cocked. Get out of here, dice. Not terribly elegant.
Smooth.
I
Smooth.
burned myself a little bit. I do it in a kind of a
What did you
whiny
get?
manner. I got a 6.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to also have Jaquin roll me a wisdom saving throw flat.
That's gonna be a 9.
So you get what he's going after here to a degree, but you're also you're kind of flattered by the idea, but you're just like, you're not your strong suit. Maybe try one of the things that you're good at. That's what you're thinking anyway.
In my mind, I'm just like patting him on his little
And
chair.
I don't even realize I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just making a nice, wonderful steak is what I'm doing. I'm very excited about preparing this meat.
You know what you're doing. Don't
Okay, I
be
kind of
coy.
know what I'm doing.
John
You
Wheeler.
weren't very good at being coy. So, you guys finish your meal. You get kind of like rustled up, cleaned up. You do notice the frog does not. And you guys, gentlemen, realize that there is... You can start to hear just kind of like mosquitoes or bugs. One looks like a horsefly, but it's bigger, so you can call it whatever you'd like to. It is, and there seems to be a few of them that are buzzing around. They seem to be avoiding Lepad and Jaquin at the moment, but they seem to be curiously interested in you too. Gentlemen that are not frog-like.
Ow. Pan, what are these
They want to
things?
steal your ideas, John Wheeler.
Oh, I can't have them.
Well, guys, we should definitely. It's probably from the T-Rex starting to go bad. There's some kind of carry-on bugs or something like that. We should definitely get moving.
Oh, you can. You absolutely know that there are quite a bit of insects around here that can carry disease and spread them. And typically, you are going to want to have insect repellent on you at all times, which you do have supply enough for probably another day or so.
I take the insect repellent and put it on these two.
You can pick one of them. And this is your supply for the rest. Like this will be the rest of your supply.
I put it on Johan. He seems the most fragile of the two.
Get off. God. Damn it.
It's going
And
to
then
offer
I'm
my
just like, I try to like lightly like in the like leftover pieces of the shirt that got ripped off, like the tattered pieces, try and like wrap it around the exposed parts of Murdoch's neck and arms.
Okay.
Just trying to like create. I was like,
Did you want some of the grung oil skin? Save you from the bugs.
Will it poison me?
You won't have the bugs.
And then you'll be hopping everywhere, and trust me, it's not as fun as it looks.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah,
He
no.
says and he ping pongs around a little.
do I know if it's gonna poison him or not?
The
Grung oil.
it's what I don't know what oil he's talking about secreting other than like naturally like.
I think
skin.
I'll
Yeah.
pass.
No, you sure?
I'm not going to lick you in any way. You
Alright,
can
fine.
keep your oil to yourself.
That's good. I don't like it.
I think we should start making our way to the port.
I agree.
So we'll start heading back in the direction that Chwinga.
Well,
Twinga.
you have an idea of like you know what general direction it's in. He actually knows like direct paths.
Yeah. So
Yes, the Chachi. She know. Yeah, she has a good idea. Even though I don't like you. Let's go to the port.
Nyanzaru.
All right, we're gonna travel through the jungle to Nyanzaru.
Okay. So, as we are, let's see. So you guys continue to head that direction, and The first thing that you come to seems to be you can start to see the walls of Port Naranzayu rising out in between different trees in the jungle. And as you do, Lepad takes his Yaquala and points in that direction. You know that you're getting close. You gentlemen can start to see it, and you realize civilization is very
Finally.
nearby.
Fantastic.
Over the next hour or so, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say civilization awaits. Oh, I can't wait for a bath.
What's a bath?
It's what you do every day. You're
Humans
You mean
soak-
like the poke?
No.
not the pope.
It's not like the poke.
Humans soak in the water to clean themselves.
Yeah, don't worry about
Oh, I like the dip.
it. Yeah, it's like the dip.
Yeah, the dip.
Right, the dip. I'm looking forward to a dip. Trudging along.
I could use a poke. Not
Yeah?
that kind.
No?
No.
I slowly realize what Murdoch has said and just start trudging faster and pretending like I don't know to the city.
Did you hear that?
So
Maybe she didn't
weird.
hear
I
it.
feel like I may have gone temporarily deaf from my brush with death or something.
What are you, a savage?
Gotta get to the city.
I'm a pirate.
Refusing to look at anybody.
I think the big teeth bite mess with our head.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
All right. Just blushing.
Or actually, make it insight.
Inside?
Mhm.
As in,
Insight check. It's a skill. Insight.
oh, insight, of course. I thought you said inside, like was a secret.
Yes, make me an inside check.
Is this the mafia now? Am I rolling to see?
Only in your
on the
imagination,
inside.
sir.
23.
23. You, as she trudges off and starts talking about not being able to hear, you reason to yourself, well, then how did she hear that? Oh, Murdoch.
Hold on. Come on, class it up a little bit here. I know you're a pirate and all, but there's ladies present. You go, whatever you do in your protocol, do in your protocol. But she saved your life.
Is protocol
Right.
euphemism?
My,
Anything can be a
It
euphemism.
is now.
anything can be a port of call.
We're walking towards
Depends
the.
what ship you're sailing.
That's fair.
Fat is confused. I don't know what's going on.
Which
Don't
lily
worry.
pad do you like, lily pad? So you guys make your way in, and you recognize the area that you're coming into as what's called Tariki Anchorage. You guys pass large pens of an assortment of different dinosaurs, all walking by each one. As you do, you can kind of hear the roar from the crowd, further on past the gates. What you are walking through right now is kind of it's probably about 400 or 500 feet prior, where actually I have a map right here that you will not get to see.
Have we just entered this area?
You have not entered
We're
yet.
getting close, though.
You are getting close.
We're in the little no man's land that's right before where all the farmlands usually are, right before you get to a major walled city.
Yeah, so this is out of the southwestern side of the city. There's sweeping up to the left side. It's kind of like you're in a gorge, but it's also the seaside. So off to your right, every now and then through some of the foliage, you can see the ocean and some ships coming in or out. You would even think for a second you might see a turtle dragon come up and harass a ship. But it's gone. Maybe it's a trick of your mind or whatnot. But you two seem to recall that these things are very much real. And you make your way over into this little village area, which seems to have a more dedicated path. You start to find your way through a rising kind of maze of different cubbies and shanties along the outside, along with some of these dinosaur pens as you're passing the majority of them. And you can see the gate basically laying open there in front of you. What would you guys like to do?
I look up to see if there's any guards posted.
There are guards out front.
Hello. Yes, hello. Can we come inside?
I
Did we
kinda
not
like-
already walk into the city, I thought?
You guys
we
are-
saw the dinosaur pens, right?
Huh?
We already walked into the city or no?
You have not walked into. I mean, technically, you've walked into the outskirts of the city.
Yeah,
The
okay.
gate, the
Ah,
big
cool.
tall gate, is actually in front of you, peeling around to the left. The guards are there. The gate is open. The door's open.
Oh, okay.
Before we come into the city, I just take my collar and kind of like pull it up high.
You like pop your collar and
I like try to like, or pull a piece of like extra fabric, like just kind of like over my mouth
okay.
and over my hair as well. I pull it up and tie it up
Very good.
And then
and hide it.
I kind of stop Johan. Johan, Wheeler. I told you I'd take you to the port, but I've never been into the port. Maybe I'll go back to the bar.
Oh, no. Lepan, you have... No, I would feel much better if you came with us.
Never
There's
been
other
into
grung in the
There
city.
are lots of the people.
Yeah, well, the people aren't anything to be afraid of.
Come on. I'll buy you a drink. Have you
buy me
ever
a
had
drink?
human alcohol? It's awesome.
It's all right. And besides, look, how do you think we're going to get your big tooth gear done for
Your armor.
for your? I keep motioning like I have breasts, but I have no idea what the word is.
Armor.
Armor, yes.
Yes, it makes sense that you don't know what that
It's
is.
true. If I go back to the forest with the cool arm,
Come on.
the drink.
Yes.
And I think he can also help make your armor.
Even two.
Think of
Okay, but I'll hide behind you. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Just follow me.
Lepan will go into the city.
We face
Am I-
death
do I-
together.
Do I notice her doing all the
We
covering?
killed the big
and
tooth.
We killed
kind
the
of
big tooth.
pretty
Perception check.
obvious, so. At 21.
So yeah, I would say that you notice.
Okay. So I'll make my own assumptions on that. And we're gonna walk straight into the city.
Okay. So as you guys walk northeast-ish and up to the gate, you can see that this the area looks as though it was. Let's see. None of you are from. You're from Baldur's Gate. You're here.
Yeah.
You're from Luskan and the other city to the north,
Trying to find it.
Mirawa or something. And then you are basically from about. Is it saying you're?
Mirabar. Yeah.
Yeah, Mirawa.
I think I saw that one.
It would probably be in the.
It says I spent the last few years here in Choltz.
Okay, so you haven't really let on where you're from by anybody, but what you do know from your time here is that this port used to be firmly controlled by which was a foreign nation further up the Sword Coast. If you were to relay that to anybody, they could probably tell you a little bit about it if you didn't know stuff about it already. But over the last, in recent years, about within the last decade, the people basically took it back. It was a nice handoff in a way that didn't want to lose the export stuff
Right.
that they had set up because they already had shipping lanes and everything set up, so they were just kind of like an amicable, okay. But you have the opportunity, but you know that some of the neighbors around the area are friendly. A lot of them are unfriendly, and you do have an idea of kind of the immediate area outside. Like I said, you've traveled a lot of these main roads, and you do know kind of what it would take in order to mount an expedition into the actual portions of Chult. So you bear that in mind as you guys are starting to move into the gate. You do see a bunch of very colorful awnings coming over the defensive walls and towers of the city, and there are basically just looks as if they're there to keep the guards dry or from becoming sunburned.
I taking the sights a little bit. Yeah, well.
Everywhere across the streets, like in this area, not just in the Anchorage area, but as you are making your way closer and closer to the gate, you see that there are dinosaurs being used as beasts of burden to carry large pieces.
That dinosaur.
What?
I'm like,
I don't think there was any way to tame
should
that
tame
thing.
that dinosaur. Well, if Lapad hadn't jumped on its eyes, maybe.
Well, if the Lapad hadn't jumped on
Well,
its
if
eyes,
the
we
Johan Wheeler was not whimpering like baby.
That is
Well,
true.
I
You
have
make
a-
a good point, Lapad. That is true.
You guys.
Thank you.
I've never had to hide from a giant 3-story dinosaur before.
Well, then why do you come to the child?
For my own reasons.
Guys, let's not discuss this on the street. Let's find a nice inn. We can rest.
All right.
Take a meal.
Do you know when's close?
And I think I'll just take them to not like a super nice inn so we don't stick out, but just something that's like not dirty or has, but like, you know, is well kept.
Like a Motel
decent
6.
care- a little bit better than
A
that.
Motel 8.
Like a double tree.
No, yeah,
Like a double
like
tree.
a double tree or like a
Like the
Sheraton,
Homewood Suites,
like the,
maybe.
Oh,
Not
Sheridan.
the Sheraton,
Now you
not,
get,
no,
now
no,
you
not like
get
the
fancy.
hotel, but the other Sheraton, like downgrade from the hotel of the Sheraton. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Comfortable living.
Yeah.
Because that's what
fair
I'm used
enough.
to.
Comfortable, nice,
Fair enough.
clean, but you know, it's no Four Seasons.
Motel D8.
Motel D8. Oh my god.
Ah.
Motel D6.
We'll leave the lamp on for you.
Yeah.
Do you want? Are you wanting to take them to a place that is a bit more?
Just somewhere that we can get like a nice meal and, you know,
So-
but also not stick out. Like we don't want to go to like the rich part of town.
Okay, I mean the two main inns that most travelers know about are the Thundering Lizard, or Kaya's House of Repose. The House of Repose is probably known for some nicer sheets and stuff like that. They're in the same part of town. The Thundering Lizard seems to be a place where they
You put mints on your pillow.
there's more entertainment, I guess, to be had there. There's a lot of people that like that's where you would go for live music or for the best drinks, whereas the House of Repose is a little bit more if you wanted to get a good night's sleep.
We'll go to the Thundering Lizard, I feel like.
What are our choices? Thundering Lizard?
I've had enough of
Do
lizards
they have
today.
the drinks?
Yeah.
Show
I
me
think
the
that's where
drink.
we're going.
All right.
Thundering
So we're off to
Lizard?
the Thundering Lizard.
Excellent.
I'm just following along. I'm the tourist.
So, as you guys cross the threshold to the gate, you see two guards kind of step up in the way as Lapad is trailing you guys in. You see two guards kind of step up, and instead of raising their spears and crossing the spears at the top, they lower the spears enough to keep the frog from crossing the threshold. Just putting it kind of stepping them right in front of them, and they don't question the three of you, but they say, "What are you coming here for? State your business, Grung."
Johan Wheeler, I told you this is a bad idea.
What? Is a grung not allowed to have a drink here?
Grungs are typically up to no good. We stopped allowing them freely in the city a little while ago. They tend to be a little bit more savage than even some of our more audacious tribes.
We can take responsibility from him.
Yes.
He helped us out of the jungle.
Look.
Yes.
And I hold up one of the giant, the big teeth. And I look like, this grung, with two little hands, grabbed a hold of a big tooth.
What's a big tooth?
I don't know. What do they call him here?
Dinosaur.
Yeah,
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
But one of the
yeah.
very large ones.
A
I saw it
T-Rex.
myself. It was astounding.
So the guard, you're not really sure if it's because of the story that you're trying to tell him, or just because it's kind of a hot, sticky day and it's getting close to 2, where he's, ready to have a.
Read a path. He's just bored out of his mind.
Yeah, and he's just like, I mean, that says to me that he knows how to get in trouble. There's nothing that says
look.
that Grung aren't apt hunters. Are you sure that you want to take responsibility?
Look, I'll take responsibility for the grung. Don't worry, he won't be up to any good. There's 3 of us here and only 1 of him. It'll be
Roll
fine.
me a persuasion check.
I will also try to persuade.
I'll also reach into my purse and pull out a little oil to wet the palms with.
How much?
2 gold.
You may add a d4 to your check.
D4.
Well, he goes, 2 gold.
I rolled,
8.
I
Wait,
rolled
with
a-
persuasion, I didn't add my bonus. Excuse me. I'm pretty good at persuasion. Thank you. I'm looking at for a 12, 16 actually.
Ah.
All
I
right.
rolled a 2 plus 5 is 7. Maybe.
You swashbuckler, you.
Yes.
What
I see how you
are
spent
either?
your free
It's a
are-
hot day. Give me a break.
Are they
Just kill the
guys,
T-Rex.
Are you two doing anything else?
I'm
Just
standing
kinda-
there, like, still thinking this is a bad idea. Like, I have half the mind to just go back.
Okay, but you're not. I'm just asking if you have an actual action you're taking.
Not really. I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to engage.
Cool.
at
Not
the moment.
not an action.
Trying to be passed with the least amount of notice as possible.
Okay, roll me a stealth check while you're doing that. So,
17.
17. All right, so you're able to keep the thing up for a second. The other guard starts to kind of look at you and study you real fast, but then he's quickly distracted by this guy, Murdoch, leaning over and trying to like sweet talk him about getting the grung inside, and he just goes. The other one who's talking to you hands out, like, you go to slip some gold in his hands.
Not very coy about it.
No, and he's just like,
Look, just
drop
have
it on
one-
the ground.
Have
Drop it on the ground.
blink, 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 blink.
All right, what we're going to do is I will allow you to put his name and your name on the manifest entering the city so that we know who's accountable for what. He will also have to get a wristband with the appropriate number, whatever they're up to in there, for indigenous people coming in and out.
Do they number the indigenous people here in Schult?
It's more that they're numbering that you are responsible for his number.
What is this a music festival or something? Fine, give him a wristband.
John Wielder, I don't think I want the wristband.
He leans his the spear over to a little guard shanty box over there in the corner.
It's fine, Lepan. It's fine. Don't
I
worry.
don't think it's fine.
We're gonna
I don't want the wristband.
Y-
It'll be okay.
We'll take it off when we get back out of the city. But if you want to drink and rest with us, then you need to wear the wristband, Lepan.
It'll be worth it.
Just say us.
Me. Look. And I kind of give him a little coil. When's the next time you're going to have a chance to have a drink with Johann Wilder?
John Wielder, you make a good point.
Besides,
Okay,
I feel
okay.
Smooth.
You talk too much. Let's get the thing.
Pretty smooth.
we do whatever he needs to do in order to make it happen. And
To go get the wristband.
we
Too tight.
Too tight.
They're
Don't
always
put
too
the
tight.
sticky parts on my hand.
Oh, it's got a clamp.
Oh, no.
So you walk over to the guard tower, the little house kind of hut over there in the corner, and he guides you inside. You two, well, he fills out some paperwork.
Johan?
You guys are together. He fills out some
Okay.
paperwork. Put your, I don't know, what do you got, like a flipper there? Put your arm out. Takes this band, puts it around it, and then snaps it closed and drops it, and it weighs your arm down just a little bit as you actually see that it's basically an old manacle, but just one, and it has a number that's been carved into it.
What's the number?
You're responsible for number 12.
Great, the 12th indigenous person inside.
No,
12th grung.
some of the other ones have run, etc. We broke a couple. He's only number 6 today.
6. Great. All right. Well, and if we need to leave, do we come back to you to take his band off?
By the end of the day, the number will get circulated back and forth if he intends to come back in. we would have to reissue one. But yes, any of the gates will allow him
All right.
to do that. If he does intend to stay and come back and forth, it might be a good idea for him just to keep it so we can avoid doing more paperwork.
I have to say, I am really, really surprised in how inhospitable this port is.
Johan, let's get a drink.
All right, fine. Actually, first, you all have a drink. I am having a dip. So we go back to the inn, and I go and pay for a room with water, and I immediately leave the three of them to whatever their drinks are. I basically give them like kids at the arcade with a bag of nickels. I give them just a little bit enough to get a couple rounds between them all, while I go by myself into the room and take the hottest, longest bath of my life.
Are you getting rooms for everybody, or did you just purchase one room for yourself?
Right. I'm not even thinking about them right now. Just got one for myself. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So let's cross the first bridge of you guys head in towards you guys finally make it through the gate. Your intention is to do just that.
Right.
As you are walking by, you notice there are a number of multicolored stalls and directions to the Red Bazaar where you have previously been, where you know where these residences, these hotels reside. And as you make your way down that path, somebody in the corner, actually everybody give me perception checks.
Crit.
15 plus 7, 21.
I have a 17 plus 6, and I have 1 dot. What does that mean?
It's just
Plus
the number
3.
that's next in that little blank is all you have to add.
23.
24.
24?
But I also have a 16 passive wisdom. I don't know if that
That's just, you
that
can't
is-
roll lower than 16.
Oh,
okay.
So even if you roll
I
like a
gotcha.
5, you'll
Okay.
still be 16.
Oh, gotcha.
What'd you get there, Johan?
I critted.
Okay. So you all seem to notice that the streets are becoming more and more packed, and you can hear like the oohs and ahs of the crowd, but you also hear a couple of kind of gruff men talking back and forth about what about the next race? Are we going to get the next race going? Well, we can't find our jockey. And then all of a sudden, you guys, out of the corner of your eye, see somebody move quickly into the peripheral, gloved hands, snatching up
Lepan?
Lepad, thank you,
Lepad.
by the wrist, and saying, "No, I found him!" and dragging him off into the corner, back towards the anchorage.
I run after them.
John,
Like, hey,
I told you this is a bad idea!
As you do,
that's our frog!
good. As you do, the crowd kind of is like moving back and forth, and you guys lose him.
I shift my pack so pickpockets can't get into it, and I start like shoving my way through the crowd. I'm like, that's my frog! That's my frog!
Cool. Give me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
What are you calling a frog?
That's my frog. And you are getting pulled back into like a racing pin area. But
22.
22. So you're able to push your way back and forth. Dexterity saving throw. As you're using your pack almost as like its own kind of makeshift shield.
Yes.
Shield rush.
Because it has its shield
12.
on it. Great. So you're able to like barrel over people, pushing them back and forth. Unfortunately, you trip over one of them as you do, falling down, but the shield and the pack cushion your fall. You look up to see him get yanked into like this back alley, and above it, it says jockeys only. And you see a couple of guards that don't look like the guards from the gate standing beside it.
John,
Lepan! Lepan! Oh, God! Ugh! Just going to take a bath. And I just step over her if I have to, or at least try to help her back up after getting over there. And go, look, they went in through that jockey. What did they mean that they found him?
I don't know. They're probably gonna try and use him for. They probably can use him for their grown. So I go up to the guards and I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think there's been a mistake. You took our frog."
You took our grung. Our grung is that gentleman with the manacle.
He's not a jockey. He's from the forest.
He doesn't know how to ride whatever you're going to put him on.
These guards just look at you with blank faces.
Ugh,
They're like, we don't
I move right
have
through 'em.
anything to do. You move.
I
move
literally,
through them.
I try to literally just, if they're not paying attention to me, I'm just gonna walk right by 'em.
They're paying attention to you. They roll their eyes. As soon as you walk by, they just grab onto your collar and pull you back. You topple down onto your ass on the street.
Can we please talk to whoever's in charge? Someone mistakenly took our frog.
When the other guard, who's on rounds right now, comes back to the front, then one of us can either send him or one of us can go
Or
to
is there
find
somewhere
him.
that we can go to talk to whoever's
All right.
in charge?
Yeah, there's a bookie up in the right around the other side of the gate there.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna make my way.
try
Okay.
and I go, wait. Let me try one more time. And then I think I'm gonna try to pop one of my second levels enthralls on him. So.
I don't like that face.
What am I trying to get a DC from?
You're trying to get a DC from Wisdom.
No. What is the?
Enthrall?
What's your DC? What is
Oh, my
your stuff?
DC is 14.
Okay. They just go, really? You must be new.
Well, if that wasn't obvious. Okay, where's this bookie?
To the front. And
Okay.
I just like grab him by the hand. I'm like, let's go.
What level spell slot were you burning?
That was 2. So I'm down to 1. One left on my second level spell slot.
The other one rolled a 19 after that.
Asshole.
So you guys head around the corner looking for the bookie, and you can see a series of pins that are lined up along the side, and people pushing, like leading people out of the street, looking like a path, pushing them off to the side. And you hear just this resounding, last bets, take last bets.
Excuse me. I run up to the bookie. I was like, there's been a mistake. Someone took our frog because they thought they were one of your jockeys, and he doesn't know how to ride whatever creature you're going to put him on.
A frog would be way too small. I don't know what
He's
you're
a
talking
grung,
about.
but-
Oh, a grung.
Yeah.
We have a grung jockey. They're fine.
No, he is not your jockey. He's our friend.
What?
He's one of the natives. He's one of the native.
Look,
grunts
he's
that
not getting out of this one again, okay? He tries to slip away every time. He doesn't like the manacle. I understand. He's got to ride.
You can check
If
his
he
manacle
wants his
number.
freedom,
You can check his manacle number. It's different from your jockey's
do you want to get
manacle
next
number.
to that dinosaur over there? Because I don't. I'm going to wait until after the race, and then we can
You're
check
going
his
to
thing.
make him ride a dinosaur?
I'm not going to make him do anything. He's atop a dinosaur. He can decide if he wants to try and ride it or not. I wouldn't jump if I were him.
What are the odds?
And you see him go,
Oh.
and there's a sheet laying across the thing that looks like it's been scrawled out for this race, where you see a myriad of different names assigned by different odds next to it. You have Clever Girl at 7 to 1. You have It's a Tie at 5 to 1. You have Velocity Rappers at 3 to 1.
Not bad.
You have Today Tonight at 2 to 1. You have There's a Worm in My Wood at even. You have Samuel L at 1 to 2, or I guess 2 to 1 against. You have Newman at 3 to 1 against. You have Purple Rain
Of course.
at 5 to 1 against. And you have Tropic Thunder at 7 to 1 against.
Is that ours?
Which one is the grung riding?
The grung, actually, I'll let you pick which one you're riding.
Oh boy.
Or you can
Here's the
roll
list.
me.
Here's the list again.
thank you.
You can roll me a d10,
My handwriting's atrocious, but
What, should I roll or should I just?
whichever one you would like. If you cannot, if you have
I don't know
paralysis,
the
roll.
odds.
Tropic Thunder.
So I'm confused.
Those are the
like
odds.
So
So the-
odds,
so,
or like
so
the
if it's
first number is what?
So if it's odds against, it just
Don't
means
worry about that. Pick a
okay.
name that you like.
Well, I'm going with Clever Girl.
All right.
Clever girl.
usually
So-
odds against
Look,
is,
guys.
is how much it pays out. So
Wait.
So
We've seen you.
last minute bets. Last minute
We've
bets.
seen
I'm
him
gonna
ride a
put 5 gold
dinosaur.
on the ground.
what?
5 gold on Clever
We're just
Girl.
trying to make the best of this.
I think the right one.
We've
Well-
seen him. We've seen him ride a dinosaur before. I think he could win.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Put down. I've never bet on a thing before.
Do you have any
I
gold?
don't either. I mean,
I don't
you
know
did
if
good
I have
earlier,
any
so
gold.
I'm just gonna hope.
What is this?
I haven't got any gold, so
Okay.
get something.
So I'll pull out, and I'm still not terribly sure on how much gold I'm holding on to at this stage, but banknotes. I will put down. You know what? Live life as like it's an adventure. I'm gonna put 100 gold down in banknotes
On whom?
on Clever Girl.
Did I pick the underdog? Because that's
We're,
the one I
we're
wanted
picking.
to pick. I
We're
was
picking
confused
for the
about
grung
odds.
to win, by the way.
The grung, yes.
Right.
Right. That's. Oh yeah.
Did you want to do a side bet to see if the rider survives?
Of course, he's gonna survive.
I will bet 4 gold for him to win and 1 to survive.
Did I pick the underdog?
I certainly
I don't
hope
know how
so.
betting works.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do 7 people think I'm going to win?
I've got.
So it pays out 7 times. So if you
win,
the race,
it means that 7 to 1, the odds are against you.
Oh,
Yes.
good. That's what I want.
Yeah.
This means
Yeah,
a
okay.
1.
Well, then I
it's-
picked the right one.
Yeah.
Clever girl. Last Wednesday, if you want to go back, I was wearing a clever girl shirt.
All right. And then, if he wins and this pays out, is there like a meet and greet afterwards that we can do with the riders?
I'm sure we could probably find the appropriate owner and make some arrangements.
Who's the
depending on the
owner
amount
of Clever
coin.
Girl?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and check the books.
Well, check the books.
He just put down 100 gold pieces.
I just put down 100 gold. No one respect anything anymore. Wait, when they say that side bet against him going to live, does that mean what do they?
I'm betting for him to live. I mean, you can bet against if you want.
Don't bet again.
No, of course I would never do anything like that.
I mean,
What would it?
friend.
What would it take to meet our friend, the
The
jockey, before the race begins? Bookie.
What would his freedom cost?
He goes, you guys are like, there's other people in this crowd that
Right.
are like banging around trying to get in last minute bets. So he's like half listening to you as he's taking other people's bets, writing tickets, tearing them off, handing them to people. He hands you your tickets and you're saying something to him and he's like, what?
What could go ahead?
Is there a number?
What would his freedom cost?
You can tell me the name of the animal
Clever
that you want to
girl. What would the jockey's freedom
Didn't
cost?
you bet on Clever Girl
Yes.
already? Sorry, I have a lot of it. And then you hear a horn.
I make my way quickly to the racetracks to get a good seat.
Yeah.
The racetrack is actually the city streets that they have been pushing people off of. You can see around there, and you see there are about 5 gnomes standing atop of a large kind of pillar, like it's more of like a dais, and they all are like gesturing up in the air, and they have another gnome that has a what looks like a mirror reflecting up a scrying pool towards those gnomes, and so they're sitting here doing this and like.
Broadcasting.
And the 5 of them are making this giant kind of television, kind of a what do we call the big one? That's
View screen.
Jumbotron.
Jumbotron.
Yes.
Making a jumbotron of the racetrack, and you can see it switching back and forth between a race that is already in progress and this one where the gates are just about to pop open. They have kind of like a picture-in-picture going on, where one gnome is fiddling with one, and then when they change it to the other one, he like changes it back to the one that so there's a smaller
if you can
window.
offer him any kind of inspiration, I would do it now.
Can I
Maybe
see
we
him?
can help
Can
See
I
what?
see Lepan?
Like, can you see him?
You can
lining
see
up?
the front of the gates and the little slit there. The gates look huge, like the little open gates for
Yeah.
them to run look huge.
Okay.
Is he 60 feet within me? Can I see him? Is he 60 feet from where I'm at?
You cannot see him.
Can I get to within 60 feet of him?
Not from here.
Okay. And we're in a position where are we in a position on the track where they're actually going to pass us by any means?
Maybe.
We
Okay,
push our way.
Okay,
yeah.
I want to make my way to the track and get as close to Clever Girl as I can. And I would like to use my primeval awareness. I think you know where I'm going with this.
4.
And I am going to communicate to Clever Girl that I want her to run the fastest she's ever run in her
How
life.
close can you get, or how close do you need to be?
It doesn't give me a distance.
Okay, so read it to me then.
If I haven't attacked a beast within the last 10 minutes, I can communicate with it. As an action, I convey simple ideas and read mood, intent, emotions, needs, etc.
Yes. I will allow you to do the things that would require you to be able to see it once you can actually see it. You could even be watching the Jumbotron and tell them how she's feeling or doing.
Yeah.
But I
But I
think in
can
order for you to
convey to it, run
communicate
fast.
something, you would have to be within 5 feet of it, because you would need to be in a place where you can be its primary focus, and you're in the middle of a crowd with a bunch of people around, and it's a race. I think it wants to run as fast as it can run, based on what its rider is telling it to do.
But I want to communicate to it that I want it to run fast like it's going to be eaten.
I don't know, friends.
I don't. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to let it ride.
I think we're gonna have to let this
I
one
might
ride.
be able to get in a place where I could jump and maybe
Nope,
get
I
in the
think
pad.
we're just going to have to just watch this
But
one
I
go.
don't think so.
No. Yeah.
There are too many
Alright.
people.
If
So we just get into the best viewing positions we can.
yeah.
We'll try and make our way to where, because is it circular, where it kind of the finish line wraps around to the starting? Can we figure out where that is? So
You have no idea.
now we're just gonna watch
I've
it
got
on the
nothing. I've got nothing.
All right. So just take us on this ride then.
street. Nervously,
Yeah, we're just gonna sit and watch this thing and on the Jumbotron. And if I can, try to get to the bleachers, then I'll try to get to the bleachers. But that's about as much as we can do.
Murdoch, make me a perception check.
Okay. 3 plus 7,
you
10.
need new dice.
Okay. I don't know what he did to them. They were rolling hot.
They were great. They were great earlier.
He was rolling crits earlier. That was my magic wearing off of them.
Clearly.
Well, you should have seen me rolling top secret. I was crushing it. So we play. So you guys hear the trumpet go. The riders line up. You can see yourself. Basically, what happened was they ended up taking your shackle and looping it into the reins.
Okay.
But the reins are a leather. They look like if maybe you were a bit stronger, you could pull them off, or something along those lines. But at this point, you're not strong enough to break those. You hear that go, and you're looking around for what that's actually going, what that means. You can see that a couple of riders down, there's a halfling. On one of the larger beasts, looks like there's a dwarf. You can basically see that most of the riders seem to be some of these smaller races. So you're not really outclassed as far as the maneuverability of needing to really muscle the creature below you. What is your nature? Just your skill for nature.
Just nature. It's +6, but I have a double dot.
Yeah, that's already factored into it.
Yeah.
So you know from you're familiar with this kind of a creature, which is actually a oh, that's funny. You're on top of a triceratops.
Okay, so it's not the one we killed earlier.
It is not the one.
Okay.
Well, how could it be if it was dead?
Well,
But there is a T-Rex that is to your left. And you can look over and see an Allosaur to the right that the rider, a small ghostwise halfling, seems to be having some issues with getting settled in. 4 down on, or a few down the way on Purple Rain, you can see a gnome who is just kind of sitting back, relaxing on his, even with the sound of the crowd and the horns going off. And the next horn goes off, and before you know it, your attention is snapped to the front as they... And we need better music for this.
No, quick question. Did they take all my
And the
stuff?
fact that we
Do
slaughtered
I have
his
anything on?
Well, the only thing you had before was your satchel.
Well, I had my blowgun and my spear.
You
My
did not
pole
have a blowgun.
You dropped it.
Oh, I
Fell.
did
Yeah,
drop it.
that
Yeah.
was
But you had the poke
Well, I
poke.
had one. I did have it.
Was
You
he
did
able to,
at
but
a
was he
point.
able to make a new one over a short rest?
He had not
I didn't say I was
specify
gonna-
that to be a thing he was
Yeah,
doing.
Well, I'll keep that in the back. Of
I don't think
the
they let you have a
library for
blowgun
next
on the
time.
race though as well too. So
Oh no.
So I don't have my spear. I don't have anything, or because I did have a spear at least. My
your
Yukwala.
You do have- you do have a-
Yukwal.
unless they didn't let you bring weapons onto the
Probably.
Yeah,
dinosaur.
that's what I'm wondering.
It's just you're gonna die in a race, man.
I don't know about you, but this is exciting.
I'm just sweating with nervousness, not because of the money, but it's Lepan. They just took him from us.
I don't know how we're gonna get him back.
John Wielder, wherever you are, I hate you for bringing me to the board.
He
I
says
told
as
you.
the dinosaurs rush out. Give me
Oh my god.
an animal handling check.
If Rudy, if any time he comes within 60 feet of me, at any time, wherever we're coming out at, I got one left. Let me give it to him.
Nice.
18.
All right.
Together.
So coming